we still believe that it should revert to the states or it should be given to the original owners.
The house that Zenator Rawlings lives in
Zenator
should
Rawlings
be given to the states.
Zenator Rawlings
is not
destitute. You see, what
is
is
she not
good,
the daughter
what is
of
good,
Flight Lieutenant Rawlings?
Listen, it's not about whose daughter or whose son. Kufuor said that his children should not be destitute, and so the land should be given to them in perpetuity. Much as it is wrong, and we did indicate at that time. Some people don't remember. They thought we were just after Kufuor, we're about the right thing being done.
Okay,
and done
so you're happy with the property of the states remaining with the president, the former president, and then
in his lifetime.
In his lifetime.
Yes.
Then after him, the spouse.
It that reverts to the state. You see,
what about the spouse?
You see, it doesn't matter about spouse. You see, if
when he dies, he should go to the states.
Every president retires on a salary just like judges and so on.
Yeah.
And they don't pay tax.
Yeah.
So if the good people of Ghana, who you govern during your 8 years or whatever term there, are supposed to be able to live, okay, on the salaries that you give them, and they don't retire on their salaries like you do, and their salaries are nowhere near yours, and you have health benefits, you have travel, and so on, why would they not be destitute? But your children will be destitute. It doesn't make sense to me. And so we didn't think it was right, and we cannot afford to lose our lands in perpetuity.
So you are saying that you are happy to say Zenator Rawlings should leave now?
It's not about Zenator Rawlings.
It's important. It's about
principles.
She's a member of parliament.
It doesn't matter. A member of parliament has salary.
For the Osu area.
The member of parliament has salary and has other benefits.
I think for what Rawlings has done, it really will not fly.
But you have done a lot for Ghana. So should you
not as much as Rawlings?
No,
not as much as Rawlings.
No, so you should give
but not as much as Rawlings.
So you give a smaller piece of land.
And if there's a smaller piece of land, yes, I will deserve it.
But you have property. The SFO wants to know the property.
It's not SFO, it's OSP.
Oh, it used to be SFO.
No, SFO is Yoko. Hello, good evening. Welcome to this edition of Good Evening Ghana. And I'm just excited about tonight's edition. I can't wait for the full story. Professor Frimpong Boateng is in the studio. We're going to be talking to him about Ghana, about his work, about Galamsey, about how he sees the future of the country. You know, he's a scientist and he has a lot to say. Those of you who saw the flyer, you noticed that I had said that I had a conversation with Frimpong Boateng. I went to his house. I visited with him. It would be about the third or fourth time I'd been to his home, and he had a lot to say. I had a lot to say. He's a very deep-minded person. Frimpong Boateng is coming into the studio tonight. Before then, though, and also later on, Dominic Nitiwul, former Minister for Defense, will be here at the second part of the program after Frimpong Boateng to tell us why he's asking delegates to vote for former Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia. But I have to advertise my book again because of everything that has happened. So this book is entitled Africa's New Constitutional Leadership, the 77 Stories That Defined Ghana's Fourth Republic. One of the 77 stories is certainly the story of the MPP's 1992, 1996, 1998, 2007, and 2023 contest of the New Patriotic Party. All of this is captured and in this book. A lot has been happening, isn't it? But we'll begin tonight's show. Good evening again, viewers. We'll begin tonight's show with the conversations about prophecy. Were you following the Asempa program? Well, I was. Obi had conversations with Anthony Abeifa Kabu, and later on, our friend Prophet Owusu Bempah called into the program. We're just having a difficulty with our play. Is it resolved? Oh, great. It's resolved, so we can just roll over the program. So we begin. Which camera should I take? 2, 3, 2. Okay, all right. Sorry, viewers, you shouldn't hear that, but these things happen, isn't it? So Reverend Owusu Bempah here. Good evening. Also for Odifo Night is saying, now I Professor Bibi and I Professor Bibi. I actually like his green suit. I think the color green is one of my favorites. I like his green suit. So during an interview towards 31st January, which is when the New Patriotic Party is going to decide who leads the party, will it be a repetition of the former leader Mahamadou Bawumia, or would it be somebody else? Mahamadou Bawumia is in contention. He's, of course, the obvious front runner. Mahamadou Bawumia is being challenged by Kennedy Ohene Japan. The last time Kennedy came second, and it looks like it's a fierce fight. It's at the end of the ballot that we'll be able to tell how fierce was the fight. Also in contention is Osei Educhum, former Minister for Education, much loved. Ambition for the first time, just like Osei Educhum, is an indefatigable Brian Achampong. Brian seems to have a lot of energy around the campaign, and these days I like the way he dresses. He's in a white shirt, he's in a small cap, and he's in some beautiful chinos to match. I like that. His style is quite American, a little bit of Asian as well. It's quite interesting to see how these politicians present themselves. Brian Achampong is in the saddle. He was former Agric Minister, former Minister of State at the National Security, and my own former dining hall prefect at Presec Legon. Brian is also in the saddle and competing for the position. Now, yesterday on Asempa Radio, Anthony Abeifa Kabu, who is a senior aide to Dr. Bawumia, former member of Parliament Kabu, he's also former Deputy Minister of Roads. Abeifa Kabu, when the question was put to him about prophecy and how prophecies will impact this election. Now, in fact, in my book, I wish I had a copy here. In my book, we discussed this phenomenon of, we discussed two phenomena in the book. We discussed serial calling that became part of, thank you. Yeah. Serial calling that became part of the the political conversation in Ghana. We discussed serial calling in detail. And then we also look at prophecy. When did prophecy start? Reverend Owusu Bempah, oh, he's gone, sorry. Reverend Owusu Bempah told the audience on OB's Asempa program that he's been prophesying for a long time. But prophecies became a big part of the conversation, I think, in 2008, when the MPP lined up 17 people to run, and it was widely prophesied that Akufo-Addo was going to win and that he would win the election. After that, there are many prophecies that Akufo-Addo was going to win. He didn't win. And then one or two fewer prophecies said Professor Mills was going to win. It was actually Professor Mills who carried the day. Owusu Bempah says that he's one of those who had prophesied that John Kufuor was going to win. In fact, he told me here on Good Evening Ghana that he had done a spiritual exercise. What was the spiritual exercise about? It was about he, according to him, praying at roundabouts and crossroads across the country. And according to him, spiritually, that's the way you fortify the prophecy that a particular candidate is going to win. They call it akwanchere in Twi. How do they say it in Ghana? Something cholo or something like that. How do they say it in Ewe? You should remind me how they say it in Ewe. So he says he did akwanchere so that John Kufuor's victory in the spirit will actually manifest in the physical. So he says John Kufuor eventually won. Reverend Owusu Bempah also said to me on Good Evening Ghana that during 2008, he prophesied actually, he did prophesy that Professor Mills was going to win, even though his personal sympathies, based on his family background and his growing up in Kumasi, his sympathies were with the New Patriotic Party, but God revealed to him that Professor Mills was actually going to carry the day. And so he said that Professor Mills was going to win. And he also told people that there were going to be 3 voting, and which was awkward because under the Ghanaian rules for election and indeed under the Constitution, there's no room for 3 votings. It's 2 votings. The first vote occurs on December 7th. If no candidate gets 50% plus 1, the 2 top candidates will slug it out again on 28th December. The date is already known. So he said he told people that there will be 3 voting, and they were confused. Indeed, it happened. What happened in 2008, also clearly captured in the book extensively, is that Dr. Afari-Gyan decided mathematically that at the end of the second round of voting, one constituency in the Bona Hafo region where they could not hold elections will now become relevant because the difference between the 2 candidates, Professor Mills and Nana Akufo-Addo, both of them mates at the University of Ghana, also mates in the University of Ghana football team. One of them, Professor Mills, was leading by numbers that could be changed by a constituency vote in time. So Afari-Gyan ordered the election in time to occur. The election in time occurred on the 4th of January 2009, and the inauguration was 7th of January 2009. It was a big deal those days. It was very beautiful to be a news reporter. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've captured all the essence of it in the book as well. Those that we said on the news and those that we didn't say is all captured in the book. I get a copy from the University of Ghana. I understand that the University of Ghana has run out of copies. University of Ghana bookshop ran out of copies, but I'm sending copies to them. I'm not sending. We are sending copies to them tomorrow. And so you can get copies at the University of Ghana. So yes, that's the history that Owusu Bempah says that he was aware spiritually before it happened. So this is the context of prophecy. Abe Ifakabu appears on Obi Asempa's program, Lawyer Obi, I should say, Obi Esquire, I should say. He appears on Obi's program, and the question is put to him about the prophecies that have come to say that Dr. Bawumia will not be elected. How does he see it? This is the short answer he gave.
Elections a year ago, and you ma betty. And then who are so for the be a prophecy, your position, yen polls data no. Mimbo mudin. Yen.
Polls data as the foundation for prophecy no.
And I mean catch no. Yen ye di mo say adeni ye hwehwe mu unia so for ye hwehwe mu adeni say and then polls no economic intelligence unit for the biaba ni na the 51 mo hosa anti wo de hwe kan be fa so an komo no be hwehwe what is it masa anti am
anti wo de ekoso na nya hu
me Anthony Kabo se sofo bisi wo krom ha pa se ohu abia on kire me de be si wo 5 northern regions no na de bia crap any prophecy.
So Abe Ifakabu says that from his experience, and he spoke in Chi, so let me do a quick contextual translation. He says that from his experience, the politicians, are the people who sort of tell the pastor what to say in the prophecy. They tell the pastor that some polls have come, the polls are saying that we're going to win by 51%, so you put it together and say that we're going to win by boom, and then people will vote for us. So he's saying that when we listen to prophecy, it has always been fixed, it's been arranged between the political actors and the prophets. Wow. We thought the prophets were from God, and we thought the prophets have heard from God. But Abe Ifakabu is one opinion. We cannot necessarily say that he's right. So, word went round in the prophecy circles. And you know, I'm part of the prophecy circles because I'm a big part of charismatic, evangelistic religion. I believe in the charismatic Pentecostal way of worshiping God. And when you are doing that, prophecy is important, evangelism is important, witnessing is important, all those things that can be found in the Great Commission that Jesus Christ gave us. He said we should preach the word first in Jerusalem and then to the uttermost parts of the earth. First in Jerusalem means first coming from where you are. So for me, if I'm reading that scripture, preach the word of God first in Kwamo and then the uttermost parts of the earth. So because I believe in Pentecostalism, I belong to the prophecy, I don't know how to say it, prophecy cabal, if you like. I like to know what the prophet is saying. I have a relationship with Owusu Bempah. I have a relationship with many other prophets. El Bernard, I go to their house, I go to their church, I listen to them. I listen to prophecy quite a bit. I've spoken with Prophet Roger on the phone and all of that. Yeah. So I'm in there. So word went round in our circles, the prophecy people, our circles, word went round that Abe Ifakabu has said something on the radio, and that if we don't check it, many people will not believe in prophecy. But you see, the point about believing in prophecy is whether it happens or not. You know, whether it happens or not, I think the essential thing. But anyway, also Bempa was concerned to get back to OBS and Pers Radio today to fire a response to Abe Ifakabu. This is what he said.
You being the first prophet who responded to Sasemi, you know, it may entrench amount for perception, views, say, Ebiana, Unini Pano account, no, Anna.
Debut, talk can the say, for you know, Uni. Who's a woman, Uni Wajuma. The 2 years specific to bet me about a default community.
Yes.
And go both default community and come me.
And now make us a
Mekasada. But one more deep work community there. That is a kind of say a deep why you can't come now, Ghana.
Yeah.
Because your specific class or you deep will PNE. Or your specific.
So for not just say 31st January, dear, so no, Yamin can be answered on far on.
Opening me, your bedding queen, but me menka. Because me honey Yami.
And no, Unima said Yamin
ship. A battle of Mokako to me in Yamu. Me train national one. No. And to say, Eba, if I can say, on G, a D4 near 2028, me make sure I will ready yes with him. You'll be in election. Opa, Oma, young challenge in young BBC.
When people say that prophets who ask for challenge do not come from God, I beg to differ. I'm not saying because they ask for challenge, therefore they come from God. But if you say a prophet asks for challenge, or Independence Square, oh, sorry, my producer is telling me that I've not translated it. So Reverend Owusu Bempah is saying that, as far as he is concerned, Abe Ifakabu is wrong. They do not arrange prophecies. It comes from God. And that God has selected some prophets to tell that he's one of them. He said he's the foremost political predictions prophet in Ghana. That's what he said on the radio as I played to you. He's told me that before. He said it on Good Evening Ghana. And that as far as he is concerned, if another prophet had been mentioned by Kabu, he wouldn't have spoken. But because Kabu didn't mention any prophet, he takes it upon himself because he is the doyen of political prophecies and he's the foremost political prophet in Ghana. He says that what's going to happen in January 31st, he knows who's going to win, but he's not going to say it because he's not interested in that. Owusu Bempah says he's more interested in the national election and who is going to win the national. That's what he's interested in, not in this primaries, but he actually knows who's going to win. For that reason, I'm going to call him up tonight. In fact, maybe I'll even go there. Owusu Bempah likes to be visited at midnight and all of that. So sometimes when I leave Good Evening, I drive to his house at this Lego and then we have a chat and then we talk about Manchester United quite a bit. Yeah. So maybe I'll go there tonight. And then if I do, Thursday, I'll tell you what he told me and I'll share with you. So, Bishop, maybe I'm a point about Hawaii. Usually when I'm going there, he'll send some people to meet me and then bring me for safety. So he says that he knows who's going to win January, but he's not going to say it because he's a prophet who deals with the main deal. He's dealing with 2028, and to that extent, he wants to challenge Abe Ifakabu. That if Kabu likes, he should challenge him, and he'll tell him who will win 2028. And I'm just saying that when the prophet throws a challenge, often people say that, oh, it doesn't represent the character of our Lord Jesus, and God is not like that. But in the Baal situation, the prophet said that, call me and call the Baal people, and put the sacrifice there, and let them call their God for fire. I will also call upon the God of Abraham for fire. Baal called and called and called and called. Nothing happened. Zero, nothing happened. And then the prophet of God came and said that, oh, they didn't get the fire. Okay, is the sacrifice still there? You know what? Make the situation worse. Pour water on it. So they poured water on it. He didn't finish speaking and then boom, the Jesus fire came. So calling for contest is not really unbiblical. Well, as far as I know, I have not been to seminary, but perhaps those who know more can correct. But at least the Bible has a record of it, of somebody calling for contest. Or was it him who called for contest or was it the people? I don't remember. But anyway, Owusu Bempah says that he can challenge Abe Ifakabu. So this is what the prophecy for politics has become. People often ask the question, is it not the same God who told this one that he will win, that A will win? The same God who says Paul Adumoshi will win. The same God says Aruna Idrisu will win. One God, he tells prophet, oh, Paul Adumoshi will win. It is set to win the election. Another one says Aruna Idrisu will win the election. My question has always been, if God says Paul Adumoshi will win the election, can I sleep and still win? Do I have to work? Do I have to strategize? I don't. That's the part that I'm not sure. Let's watch this couple of videos we put together for you, and then you can understand what I'm saying. Put it in proper perspective, and then we'll close the curtain on this story. We have major things to deal with tonight. See this video first.
In the upcoming primaries, Dr. Bawumia will win.
The reality will dawn on them on the 31st of January. That Honorable Kennedy Ohine Japan has already won.
Listen, MPP primary I saw Bawumia winning the primaries.
So, Munya message where one can say Honorable Kennedy Japan that he is the next person to lead the MPP.
Wow. In the upcoming primaries, Dr. Bawumia will win.
The reality will dawn on them on the 31st of January. That Honorable Kennedy Ohine Japan has already won.
Listen, MPP primary I saw Bawumia winning the primaries.
So, Munya message where one can say Honorable Kennedy Japan that he is the next person to lead the MPP.
Wow. I don't have anything useful to add. You know, the Supreme Court judges, when they write a judgment and one of the judges don't want to write, he says, I have nothing more useful to add. So we'll talk about the prophecy another time. There's enough time between now and 31st January for us to do that. Professor Frimpong Boateng is coming up for a big conversation. After that, Dominic Nitiwul is coming to endorse Mahamudu Bawumia. And that's the nature of our program. And that's how it's going to be, I believe, from now till 31st. So, Osofo, Odifo, thank you very much. Why? That's it. Yeah, that's my friend, Reverend Owusu-Bempah. Okay, there's another problem going on now. Tornado, can you prepare the guy to come? He's coming soon. So, Anzaba may have to shift. There's another problem, viewers. There's another problem, big one. We woke up to a press conference this morning, and the young man, very intelligent people, came together and are telling us something very interesting. They are saying that, no, she can sit at the set. You can sit at this because we might need her. Sorry, viewers, about that. Young, brilliant people came together, held a press conference, and they said that they want the Kotoka International Airport renamed after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of the Republic of Ghana. Okay, so we are here now to put some 5 minutes of history together for our viewers to be educated. I wish I had Kotoka's photograph. Okay, we have Kotoka's video of his burial, so please keep that in mind. We're going to show that. You've never seen that before. We have a video of the burial service of General E.K. Kotoka, who was the brigade commander from the Southern Command when the coup occurred. So, this is Kwame Nkrumah's mausoleum. The conversation is twofold. Those saying that name the airports after Kwame Nkrumah, like our guest in the studio, say that Kwame Nkrumah is our foremost Ghanaian name. In fact, globally, the foremost Ghanaian name is Kwame Nkrumah and I believe Kofi Annan. Some people would like to say Nana Adjumani Prempeh the first, da Asante Hene, Intim Jakari, da Asante Hene, Ya Santoa, da Asante Hima, the Ajusu Hima, all of that. They're all there. But in terms of 20th, 21st century conversations, Kwame Nkrumah was nominated by the British Broadcasting Corporation as the African of the Millennium. The millennium starting from 1900 to 1999. From 1900 to 1999, the BBC conducted a poll and determined that Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, the CPP founder, is the African of the Millennium. It's interesting to observe that Nkrumah actually beat Nelson Mandela to it. I guess that because Mandela is younger, many more young people can relate to Mandela better than they can relate to Nkrumah, even though we've read a lot about Nkrumah. And Nkrumah died before I was born, and if I'm that old, you can imagine the rest. Mandela died recently. We all saw Mandela coming out of prison, waving his hand with Cyril Ramaphosa and others. Anyway, we even know of Winnie Mandela quite a bit, don't we? Okay. So they say that Kwame Nkrumah is named the African of the Millennium. So why don't you just name the airport after him? Now, there's an agenda from the CPP people, led by Kwesi Pratt Jr., to establish something for Nkrumah in a massive way. But they are also concerned, the CPP lobby, which are really the people behind, I'm just calling them out, is the CPP lobby that's behind, led by Kwesi Pratt, firmly. And I believe Foreign Minister Blakwa is railroaded onto that as well. I know them, so I know what I'm talking about. Now, the CPP people feel that the expression of the Kotoka airport, it takes away from Kwame Nkrumah because General Ike Kotoka is the one who led the military action to remove Nkrumah from office. And so they don't want, the Nkrumahs have never wanted, the Nzima people and the Nkrumahs and the Kwesi Pratt people, they've never wanted the name of the airport to be called Kotoka because Kotoka is their nemesis. Kotoka is the one who took out Nkrumah. So the CPP lobby had always been concerned about the name Kotoka. When Liman became president, it was big on the agenda. If you ask Riley Poku, who was Liman's defense minister, there was a lot of pressure on him. Yakubu Saka, who was deputy foreign affairs minister for Liman, taught me political science at Legon. And Yakubu Saka talked about it, that when they were in power, it was really a big conversation that this airport named after this nemesis of ours should be taken away. So that is the real motivation. Forget about everything. I mean, I'm sure that my guests might disagree, but fair enough, I'm a political scientist, I've studied it. The motivation is that this Kotoka guy is the nemesis of the Osajifo. And so the CPP agenda has always been that take the name Kotoka out so that Nkrumah will stand unblemished. This is the agenda. They want Nkrumah to stand unblemished. Is it a wrong agenda? No, it's not. It's not at all. Please come back to the studio. Is it a wrong agenda? It's not a wrong agenda. It's a fair agenda. If I am NPP and many years from now, some MPP hero is not there, and I am there, and they come and tell me that the guy who was our nemesis in the 2024 election, or the 2020 election, or the 2028 election, the guy is being named so and so. If you do that, Akufo-Addo's name will actually, let's change. Yeah, we can do it as an agenda. It's okay. It's fine. We may succeed or we may fail, but you can't stop us from holding an agenda that Akufo-Addo is not there. Some nemesis of Akufo-Addo has been named after us. So, no, we'll change it. We'll take it. We don't like that. We are Akufo-Addo people. Okay. So this is what is happening. The Nkrumah people, and I'm one of them, so to take it easy, I'm one of them. I'm very much one of them. The Nkrumah people believe that the Nkrumah's nemesis is Kotoka. How do you name airport after Kotoka? So they start by saying, oh, no, take the name out. And so when they hear the story of, why don't you name it after Kofi Annan? Then they get some chills because that's really competitive. It's a major competition. If you ask a 19-year-old between Nkrumah and Kofi Annan, he will say Kofi Annan. If you ask a 22-year-old between Nkrumah, he will say Kofi. He knows Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan was with us just recently. He was on our TV. He was walking around. He's buried here. His wife came here for the funeral. Kofi Annan was the United Nations Secretary General. Great man. The whole world knows him. How does it feel like arriving back in Ghana Airways from anywhere to the Kofi Annan International Airport, and the pilot says that, ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 minutes to land. Thank you very much. We are landing at the Kofi Annan. Nobody's going to ask, who is Kofi Annan? Nobody in the plane is going to ask that question. No one is going to ask that question. And Nkrumah will get the same, but more people will identify with Kofi Annan. So when you say Kofi Annan, then they get worried. So it's an agenda. But the point I want to make for those who don't like it, I'm coming to those who don't like it, they say that too many things have been named after Nkrumah. Why is he the only Ghanaian? Too many things have been named after him. I'm not bringing back the 4th August conversation. No, I'm not bringing it back. The 4th August conversation is gone into the ballot box. We'll settle it in the ballot box, so don't worry about that. It's a political question. That 4th August is a political question. We'll settle it in the ballot box. So I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying that there are others who will say that, but Akufo-Addo, who is a descendant of Nkrumah's political opponents, is the one who spends the most state money on Nkrumah's legacy and Nkrumah's image. Think about that. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is a direct descendant of Nkrumah's foremost political opponents, including J.B. Dankwa, his uncle, including his father, Edward Akufo-Addo, including Obechebi Lamte, his best friend's father, etc., etc. These were Nkrumah's political opponents. Not just political opponents, but there are feelings that Nkrumah may have occasioned the death of Dankwa, Obechebi Lamte, all of those things are there. We want to put that behind us, so we don't talk about it. But Akufo-Addo represents that group. But it was Akufo-Addo who has spent the most money on creating a legacy for the Osajifo. If we have a video of the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, can we just look at it? Okay, so this is part of the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum that Akufo-Addo created. It is beautiful. It has several visitors all the time. This is an amazing edifice. Maybe they can put the picture directly on the television. Let's put the pictures directly on the TV so people can see. Yes, this is an amazing edifice that was created by one of Nkrumah's political opponents, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. When he became president, that's him right there. That's Akufo-Addo, Samia Nkrumah, and Ken Ofori-Atta. Oh my goodness. I see. I've become emotional. Ken Ofori-Atta. I can see him in the photograph. Standing by Samia. This is making me emotional. Ken Ofori-Atta. Very good guy. Good guy. So back to the story. So this Akufo-Addo in there, taking the cutting the sword for the event. And this is the biggest pronouncement by any Ghanaian government of the Nkrumah legacy. It was done not by Rawlings, not by CPP, not by John Mahama, whose father served in Nkrumah's government, not by John Mahama, but by Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, JB Dankwa's nephew, President Edward Akufo-Addo's son. He is the one who came to spend money on Nkrumah. He spent the money on Nkrumah because he understands that whether you like it or not, Nkrumah is the first president of Ghana. We may disagree with him, and we do disagree with him. PDA was bad, governance was bad, was bad. We do disagree with Nkrumah. But we still recognize that Nkrumah put Ghana on the map. At long last, the battle is ended. He's a great speaker. He's a fantastic orator. The African Union put a statue of Nkrumah in Ethiopia. So Nkrumah is a great man. Nobody is saying he's not great, and people don't understand it when you say something about Nkrumah, they say you are this, you are that. No. It is just putting the record straight and keeping the facts as they are. And everything that we have said against Nkrumah, nobody has been able to say that the facts were wrong. The facts are correct. Anyway, so that's Akufo-Addo. So those people say that, you have this. You have Kufuor doing Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. This is also done not by CPP, but it's done by the New Patriotic Party's leader, John Agyekum Kufuor, that very distinguished Ghanaian, as Akufo-Addo calls him. He is the one who created this Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So, and then there's Kwame Nkrumah, this Kwame Nkrumah, that. What is that? Plenty Kwame Nkrumah, we like it. Now you say we should take the airports to a name to Kwame Nkrumah. What should the Ghana people do? What should the Labadi people do? Labadi. What should we do? We don't have any name. Our Labadi airport is on Labadi land. You've called it Kotoka for 70 years. You are coming to change it, you take it to Nzima. You. Oh no, that one. I'm not being tribalistic, but please. This morning on the radio, I was excited that the winning argument was that name it Accra International Airport. That's it. Accra International Airport. Anyway, we recognize when young men put up these things, it helps our democracy, it builds our democracy. When a young man comes, hosts a press conference and says that, I think we should do this, it's encouraging. It shows that Ghana is a real democracy. For that reason, we are going to give the next 5 to 10 minutes to the gentleman who came up boldly to hold a press conference this morning and said, change the name of the airport to Kwame Nkrumah. We applaud him for that. We may disagree, but he is entitled to our studio now to tell us why he's making the point. Good evening, sir, and how are you?
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Good. What's your full name?
Stephen Odate.
Oh, Odate, you're a Ghana.
Yes.
Fantastic. To your turn. So what's the main point you are making?
I think the main point I'm making, and fantastic presentation, by the way. I think you've done a lot of the work for me because you've presented options as I had done in my press conference. But naturally, everybody have a preference. And so where you have espoused names like Kofi Annan, you've mentioned President Kufuor, you've mentioned President Akufo-Addo, all worthy names that could be placed at the forecourt of our republic. I think the motivation has always been the thought behind. I travel a lot, and I think it's interesting how a lot of my colleagues and peers, this actually only dawned on them over the past 2 months of conversations, where actually it's true. And I think maybe this current generation of young people aren't so well tuned to the story of how the airport was named after General Kotoka. And I think that even hit me more. And I was like, look, if there's anything I could possibly achieve out of this press conference was even to let Ghanaians understand, or a lot of my peers understand, how the airport got to be named after him, and what we can actually rally around to do in terms of either having it dropped.
Why should it be dropped? That's a concern?
I think the premise is just as you had indicated.
It's old?
It's not old. It was pretty much named after a coup era figure. And he basically overthrew our founding father. And when you look across airports across the world, except for Nyasingbe Yadema Airport and the one in Algeria, they are all not named after coup era figures that overthrew the founding fathers. There are airports.
Murtala Mohammed.
Yes, so there are airports named after military rulers. Yeah, but Murtala overthrew General Gowon, not
the civilian government.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so the premise is basically on the fact that for what Kotoka achieved or did, it can't be named after him, especially when we, as you actually intimated in some scriptures you attributed in your first presentation, we must honor our father and our mother. And as you had intimated, whether we like it or not, Kwame Nkrumah is the father of the nation. And
no, I don't agree that as a father of the nation. Though,
and it wouldn't sit well.
I don't agree that Kwame Nkrumah is the father of the nation.
Exactly.
Yeah, but.
And it wouldn't sit well that at the forecourt of our republic, the name.
But what did Kotoka do? Did he just commit a coup?
Yeah. So naturally,
was he a hero of his day?
Yeah. So I mean, that's very subjective because whatever images that we see, for whatever forces influencing that particular coup d'etat, you see what the media wants you to see because there were forces that were behind the overthrow. Some allege was the CIA, etc.
Yes.
Now, typically,
were Ghanaians happy with the coup?
Well, I mean, we also didn't. I mean, naturally, we saw a lot of Ghanaians jubilating.
No, I mean, have you asked your grandfather? I've asked my grandfather. Were they happy with the coup?
Yeah, I mean, my father wasn't happy with the coup.
Was he a politician?
He wasn't a politician.
Well, those who are happy with the coup tell us that at that time you couldn't talk in Ghana. Everything was closed. If you read the account, it's there. It's clearly there. PDA had come. The parliament that was sitting in 1966 is the same parliament that had been sitting from 57. No elections were conducted.
Absolutely. And
can you do that today?
And that was pretty much the characteristic of all the revolutionary leaders who turned dictatorial.
Yeah, so Nkrumah turned dictatorial.
Absolutely.
And was making himself a lifetime president of Ghana.
Absolutely.
And the Ghanaian spirit doesn't like that.
I think naturally nobody likes to be in a system of oppression.
Absolutely.
Right? And
so Kotoka was a hero, taking us out of oppression.
No, so Kotoka was not a hero. Otherwise, we can also elevate Brutus also to the status of a hero. I mean, Brutus had genuine concerns and genuine reasons for overthrowing Caesar. But there's no monument in Rome that actually elevates Brutus. You know, we do know the name.
But Caesar was royal.
Yes, Caesar was.
And he was entitled to the powers he had. No, Nkrumah was Republican.
Caesar pretty much had stated or instated dictatorial rule based on his achievements in Gaul and then crossing the Rubicon. And
then but that was royalty.
Etc. No, Caesar was an aristocrat. Caesar wasn't royal.
Yeah, but in those days, the land was for some people.
It was for a certain sect of people.
Aristocracy.
Senators. Exactly.
Yeah, they owned the land. So if you come on their land, you obey their rules. Ours was different. We were a nation state. Nzima come, Ashanti come, Gan come. We came together to form a republic, run an election, and Nkrumah won it. Yeah. And he doesn't want to submit himself to another election.
Absolutely.
And he says, I'm lifetime leader. And the Ghanaian people couldn't talk.
Absolutely.
So Kotoka came up and was a hero.
Yeah.
And that's why the generations of the day were happy that the airport was named after him.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look at Sekou Touré, Modibo Keita, you look at Jomo Kenyatta, look at all these revolutionaries that were peers with Kwame Nkrumah, it was the same sentiment in their home. People were supposedly not happy. But which name never died? It's their name that never died. And which names are still revered today? It's their names that are still revered
today. Yeah.
And so I think the fundamental is that there is no coup era figure in any country in the world.
Cromwell.
What?
Cromwell. London. His statue is in Parliament. It's at Westminster. Yeah. He's a coup leader.
Yeah. But
you said there's no coup leader. I'm telling you there's one.
Yes, but I'm saying that, and I'm saying a coup leader of that overthrew a founding father of a nation. Now, when
that founding father conversation can be had for 10 hours.
That founding father conversation is the basis of this whole press conference.
So your argument is that you say that Nkrumah was the founding father.
Exactly.
Why wasn't not Kingsley Hayford? Why was it Nkrumah? Why is it not Kingsley Hayford?
Well, as
the founding father, why is it not Kingsley Hayford? Why is it not John Mensah Saba? Why is Saba not the founder? He formed the first political party, the Aborigines. In 1874, Saba rescued us from the land bill. Why is Saba not the founding father? Why is it Nkrumah?
Yeah, I think it's always going to be a contentious issue.
That's the point I'm making. We can talk about it for 10 hours. So I respect your view. But that cannot be imposed on people and say, let's name, because it's a view that has other options. It's a view that can be challenged, reasonably challenged. Some views cannot be. J.J. Rawlings was the author of the 1981 coup. That cannot be challenged. J.J. Rawlings was the author of the 79 coup. That can be challenged. J.J. Rawlings being the author of 79 coup, it's out there. The jury is still out. But J.J. Rawlings, the author of 81 coup, is not challengeable. So, founding father, it can be reasonably challenged. Should we then pick up a theory that can be reasonably challenged and impose it on people and say, name the airport after him?
I mean, there are factions between the question of a founding father and the question of founding fathers, right? And I think that contention, we've seen it throughout politics.
Even mothers, founding mothers. Where are they? Where are the founding mothers?
So that's hugely opinionated. And so my role is, first of all, to bring the conversation to bear. The first question and the first I'm pushing is, first of all, the name Kotoka, it's their consideration to drop it. And secondly,
I think that's quite popular, though.
Which is quite popular, and which we have to maintain the momentum around that conversation. And I think it died off when the Democracy Hub actually submitted a petition to the judiciary last year. Kweku Sentimisa spoke about it on the show 2 years ago. Kwesi Pratt has been talking about it, and I think we haven't seen momentum. 60 years, this 24th February 2026, it's exactly 60 years since he was overthrown. And I thought we can definitely talk about it and see how much we can do to drop the name ahead of the 24th.
We should do a seminar on 24. Do a seminar and invite me.
We plan to do so.
Yeah, I want to speak against the motion.
We'll be inviting the president also.
Oh, he's too big. Let's keep it at our level.
No. He's very much.
But if the president talks, it changes everything.
My address was to the president.
Yeah, we can't argue with the president.
We can do one before that where you.
Let's do one before us for the young people. Exactly. And let's share the opinions.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm against the motion.
Absolutely.
And we can have people for the motion.
And I respect, but at least I do respect for one thing. Just before we leave, that you did actually highlight certain individuals that are well deserving of the name change, such as Akufo-Addo.
No, Akufo-Addo should not be the airport. I'm not saying Akufo-Addo should be named after the airport.
President Kufuor,
I'm not saying that either. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they all did stuff for Nkrumah.
They all did stuff, exactly.
For Nkrumah.
For Nkrumah,
yeah,
yes,
and
exactly.
because they recognize it. We all do recognize it. But then to say we should name the Labadi People's Airport after him, I think that's a bit harsh.
Well, so everybody can come up with a name.
Let's do that. But exactly. I congratulate you for the effort.
Thank you so much.
Are you an Nkrumahist, by the way?
No, I'm not. I'm an Nkrumahist.
Are you a politician?
I'm a Ghanaian that loves this country.
Yeah. But you have a lot of verve, and I like that. Young people are doing that.
Thank you very much.
You've done very well. Excellent. Okay, viewers. What do we do? Anziba will give us some messages. You want break? Frimpong Boateng is ready, isn't he? Absolutely. What a show we're going to have. But let me let Anziba say something before we go. Please, Anziba first. Oh, you don't have a mic. Okay. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, and then we'll continue the conversation. Professor Frimpong Boateng. After that, Dominic Nitil. What a show we have tonight. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Rush, 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 yeah. my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friend, Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friend, me once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the accent.
Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Friend, sasso quell.
Yeah, go to my sasso. Come tum preko.
The festive season is here again, and your most preferred estate partner is giving you 25% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Bronya Asase promo, Estate Masters is offering this massive discount for outright purchases. This includes free indenture, free site plan, and a free site visit. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure a plot of land while it is still hot. Reach out to us using the numbers below or visit our website at www.estatemastersgh.com. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Mi va, mio. Mi va, mio, maondola, mi va, mio, maondola, ko. Mi va, mio, maondola, mi va, mio, maondola, ko. Kanyari di maume wocho, kanyari di go. Yehowa neno male no salume. Kanyari di maume wocho, kanyari di go. Yehowa neno male no salume. Egbe afingu nakela, ela meneto. Egbe afingu nakela, eta meneto. Ega menu kata, otrona esai. Ega menu kata, otrona esai. Egbe afingu nakela, eta meneto.
Welcome back to the show. I have a friend on social media, a virtual friend, Mauko. Is a lady, and she says that I should unbutton my suit when I sit. I love her for always helping me to look upright. Good evening, Professor Frimpong Boateng. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. People say you're controversial, but today we'll get into the details. We'll be talking about Galamsey and the MPP and all of that. One day when I grow, I want to be a heart surgeon like you. So you have to tell me whether it's going to be difficult or it's going to be very easy. I'll come to that in a minute. Viewers, let me just read this urgent text message coming into our studio right now. It's by Henry Nana Boakye, the MPP National Executive Member. It says that there was a joint stakeholder meeting with the Presidential Election Committee of the NPP, the Ghana Police, and the Electoral Commission. Present in the meeting were representatives of the National Executive of the NPP and the presidential aspirant representatives. The meeting was to discuss security arrangements and preparations for the upcoming presidential primaries, scheduled for Saturday, 31st January, aimed at ensuring a free, fair, transparent, credible, and peaceful electoral process. The Inspector General of Police assured members of a credible and incident-free election. The collaborative efforts of all stakeholders involved in making this event a success were remarkable, he says. It was refreshing to note that all the stakeholders at the meeting expressed their satisfaction with the conduct and work of the Presidential Elections Committee so far. The party remains committed to upholding democratic values and ensuring a transparent, credible, and fair election process. Let's go back to Anziba to take the text messages. Then we come to our big interview. Anziba, what are people saying?
Very much, Paul. Coming from Issa, he says, Apostle Paul, you've really distinguished yourself in your field. Great submissions and counter-arguments. Adolph Marty says, there's no contention. There is only one founding father. Ibiofe says, what these Gen Zs don't know about Nkrumah is that he became a ruthless dictator. He's had enough monuments named after him. The airports as best should be named after Kofi Annan. Papa Tando says, Ghanaians were not happy with the coup. Only Kumasi and a few places in Accra were happy. Most Ghanaians were not happy. He then goes on to say, is Nzima not a part of Ghana? Western region gives more to Ghana than any other region in the country. Kwamina Andam says, is the right thing to do for Ghana to name the airports after Nkrumah? And then lastly, coming from Ali, he says, we cannot gamble with our party. Inshallah, DMB will win to save our party. Thank you, Paul. Over to you.
All right, somebody says, I forgot to add Kwame Nkrumah circles to the Nkrumah list. Okay, that story is dead now. We have Professor Frimpong Boateng in the studio. Prof, good evening. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Very well, by God's grace.
How are you keeping up? And are you still doing surgery?
Yes.
You cut people's body? Still?
Yes.
You enjoy it? It's scary?
It's not scary. I mean, it's just like engineers, fitters working on their engines and so on. So, so to them, they deal with engine oil, we deal with blood and things like that. So.
When you are finished cutting somebody and he's okay, he's healthy, and he comes to you back in the consultation to say thank you or something, you look at him and say that, oh, your heart is here, I saw it before and all that. Does it occur to you as a doctor?
No. I mean, the beauty is, recently a young man came to me, we operated on him when he was 3 days old.
3 days?
3 days.
A child?
A child, a baby. And he's teaching in the university, lecturing in the university, and that gives me joy. You know.
Oh, you operated on the child when he was 3 days old?
Yes.
And today he's a lecturer?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
A lot of doctors and nurses, engineers.
Who you had operated upon?
Yes, yes.
Do 3 days old have heart problem that you need to operate?
Oh, yes. And sometimes also problem with the gullet.
What's the gullet?
Esophagus. When you chew and you swallow the thing that...
Esophagus, the only esophagus I know was a nickname of one of my seniors. Esophagus. What does it mean?
The tube, when you swallow, the tube that the food passes through before it gets to the stomach. Sometimes in some babies, the tube is not well formed. There's a gap, which you have to bridge.
You, the surgeon, will bridge?
Yeah.
What do you use to bridge?
No, you have to mobilize it and then rejoin it again.
While the person is asleep?
Yes, in theater, of course.
Yes. I admire your work.
If you don't do that, the child will not be able to feed because the food will not get to the stomach, but rather come up and go into the lungs and kill the baby. That is why we have to do it so quickly.
I see. When in those days the Ghana Medical Association in the 70s were campaigning against Acheampong, and some of the supporters of Acheampong said that, you doctors, you won't concentrate on your work, you are doing politics. Professor Eastmond didn't do politics. But then when the Fourth Republic came, there was Dr. and Mrs. Mary Grant, Professor Frimpong Boateng, Kwame Adokufo, Dr. Kwame Safwedu, and now we have medical doctors in Parliament. Is it a new thing over the last 30 years that doctors are becoming politicians?
No, it's not new. It's been there all the time.
But Professor Eastmond was not a politician.
Eastmond, in a way, was not in active politics, but he was too busy at the time. At that time, Nkrumah had to build a medical school, and he was the first surgeon and also the first head of department, the first chief medical officer, and the first dean of the medical school. So he was very busy, and also the pioneer in heart surgery. He performed the first open heart surgery in 1964.
Oh, Eastmond?
Eastmond, yeah. Charlie
was
Eastmond.
He a trained heart surgeon?
Yes, he trained in the UK using the technology that was available at the time.
Okay.
It was very primitive, but then he was a pioneer, and he used the technology available in the world in those days. We were lucky to be exposed to the heart-lung machine, so we could operate under less stress. And
I'm asking because they thought politics was for lawyers and sociologists and historians. Politics is not for doctors.
No,
Kwame Adokufo did it.
You know, when a doctor goes into politics, it's not because of the glory of politics, but he wants to achieve something. We can use politics to achieve something, and doctors do that better than any other profession because we go in there with passion, trying to achieve something for the country or for the nation.
I stood in front of this touchscreen last week after your interview with Bernard Avle on City, and I said that Professor Frimpong Boateng, they said that your son Jojo was in Galamsey, and you didn't say anything about it. And you are talking about other people. Sorry, I'm sorry to Jojo because he's not done anything wrong. He's just your son. He's not a politician. We don't have to be talking about him, but it happens in politics. We are sorry about that. Apologies to Jojo. But I said that, is he a miner? Is Jojo a miner? Is he a mining engineer?
No, listen. Jojo, at the time, I came out and said that if you meet Jojo at any mining site, shoot him.
But they said he was doing Galamsey.
And I said, if you meet him at any Galamsey site, shoot him, kill him.
But we don't have Ghana, we're going to kill him.
Why?
You were the minister, you are in charge.
No, he wasn't. Jojo never did Galamsey. Let me tell you a story.
Yes.
Jojo, after university, did his national service at Anglo-Gold Ashanti. And at the end of it, I know he told me that there were two things he wanted to do: to plant jatropha on the degraded land.
What is jatropha?
In Kranyebia.
Oh, it's a tree.
It's a tree,
okay.
A small tree. You use the seeds, the oil to prepare biodiesel. Remember, I was preparing biodiesel, and he was in charge. He was doing the biodiesel preparation himself. But that didn't go through because he was afraid that after planting the jatropha on the degraded land, small-scale miners could go later on and then...
Where did he get the land from?
No, he wanted to use the degraded land at Anglo-Gold Ashanti.
Well, where he worked, national service. Okay. Why is he a mine? How did he end up in Anglo Gold?
He did his national service there.
What was his background? What's his qualification?
He did administration with accounting option.
Oh, Legon?
No, Valley View University.
Oh, Valley View, okay. Admin with, so accounting kind of person.
Accounting kind of person.
Okay.
And then, after that, he came to me and said, he has seen that, look at Anglo-Gold Ashanti, he saw that only foreign companies own large-scale mining companies in Ghana, only foreigners. And that he wanted to do a big large-scale mining, and I said, okay, go ahead. So he applied for concession. He was given 5 concessions, totaling about...
Which year was this?
Well, this was during President Mills' time.
Atta Mills, so 2009 to 2012.
Thereabouts. So, for example, and he got the concessions signed by Niosa, the Minister for Mines at the time.
Ni Samuels.
Ni Samuels.
He was the professor. He was a former bar president.
No, he was the minister for.
Yes, he was the minister for lands. Yes,
lands
correct.
And natural resources. Yes. So,
but he was a bar president as
well. So, and these are his documents. So,
these are Jojo's mining documents.
Yes,
is it Lands Commission, Minerals Commission, or which one?
This is Lands Commission, Minister of Lands, and then Lands Commission.
Okay.
And so he got a concession, 5 of them. Then he came home and I said, look, you have been given over 1,000 square kilometers. I don't think you can work on all this concession before 5 years. So give some away. So he gave 3 away and started working.
No, say that again. So when he was giving concession, you advised him that the concession is too big. He should return that. He should give it to his friend, or who did he give it to?
No, give it back to Minerals Commission.
Or back to the state?
Yes, because you see, if we are given the concession, we have to work on the concession, do your reconnaissance studies, prospecting studies, and so on.
So he gave that.
Within a certain period. So I said, we cannot finish all these things within 2 years or so. So give the concessions back to the state. So he gave 3 concessions back to the state, remaining 2. And so he got his colleagues from British Guyana, from Canada, and from the US, and they started the reconnaissance studies. And that means you go to the field with drilling machines, no big machines, nothing, no excavators, no big machines. Take samples, take the samples to the lab, and they analyze them. So he did that. Took them to a lab here called ELS Lab, presented the report to the Minerals Commission.
So he must have been working with a geologist?
Yes. His geologist was, he's passed away now.
Oh, he died?
Yes. The road minister, Makwata's brother.
Well, Makwata, the brother, was a geologist.
He was a geologist. So he was his geologist. And so when he gave out the 3, he couldn't work on the other 2 because there was a fight between Japikrom and Drobo. That was where the land was. So there was a case.
Did he pay for the concession?
Oh, yes.
He paid?
You can, if you look at the file, the money that he paid and going through all these processes.
But you say he just finished National Service, Anglo Gold. He had money?
Of course.
Okay, that's good. That's Dadaba boy.
No, not Dadaba.
Prof, that's Dadaba. Very Dadaba.
No.
You finish university, you go to National Service and say, I want to have a concert. Oh, that's brutal Dadaba. He hasn't, it's fine, it's perfect.
No,
we all want that. We all like that.
There are others who did it, and I won't tell you.
Okay, fair enough. So anyway, he paid for these concessions?
He paid for them.
Okay, all right.
Started working on them. And then there was this fight between Drobo and Japikrom. So he wrote to Minerals Commission that because of the curfew and the fight, he cannot work on the field. And so that was it. Suspended all operations till today.
Till today?
Yeah.
I don't understand. From Mills' time till today?
He has never been there because there's no peace in between Japikrom and Drobo.
Where his concession is?
Where his concession is.
But when you were minister, what was he not around the mining thing?
No.
In 2017?
No.
But people accused him, Solomon, something said that you forgot what your son is doing.
Yeah, this is a very wicked.
So what has he been doing with his life, Jojo?
His life?
Yes, since that time, you say he's not doing the concession.
He's doing his business.
He's a businessman?
Yes.
This guy is lucky, man. He's doing business?
Yes.
Is he married?
Yes.
Oh, good.
He's got 2 kids, 2 beautiful children. One is 15.
I see. So the point you are making is that your son Jojo, since say 2012, has not gone to a mining site to do anything. I'm saying
that if you see Jojo at a mining site, digging with an excavator or anything, kill him.
So his concession is still with him? Is it still for him?
No, he has stopped.
Yeah, but the documents is still in his name.
The documents are all here.
Did anybody go and do galamsey on that land? Do you know?
How would he know? And he never went there. It's possible.
But he may not go there, but he can organize for people to go there.
No. He will never do that. I mean, he has to be exemplary. This is what I told him. I mean, this is Frimpong Boateng. He said, Frimpong Boateng, we do things properly. And I gave him instructions. Be exemplary in everything that you do.
But why was Solomon so sure?
Who is Solomon?
Some Solomon, he was part of the Galamsey, the committee that you chaired. One guy, he accused you so many times.
I didn't have any Solomon.
I'm not at the executive level, but I think he was one of the boys.
I don't think so.
So these accusations of Jojo being Galamsey, which was widely publicized, you never said that he doesn't go anywhere.
But why? I mean, I said it, but
nobody listened.
Nobody listened. Even you did it. You also accused him of that.
Yeah, I did. I did. That's what I'm telling you.
So where do you get the fuss from?
Because I was told by serious people that Frimpong Boateng's son isn't doing Galamsey.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you remember I came to your house once and I asked you. You said no, it's not true.
Even when I was in Kolebu, and burden the administration block and doing things with the war and many things. People told me that my wife was a sand contractor. You know, you see, we are living in a very wicked and evil country. You know, they try to silence. This is intimidation, blackmail, and everything, just to keep you quiet. You know, but you know the people who are doing Galamsey. They're everywhere. I mean, I don't have to go. But let me tell you today, let the world know. And I said it, that if you go to a site and they say this Jojo doing Galamsey.
Okay, so were there any legal matters around it? Did anybody sue him?
Yes, no, nobody's sued him. But then somebody, an MPP people and those associated with the MPP reported him and me to.
You mean MPP, the Great Party?
Which one?
MPP, the Great Party.
No, forget about.
When you say MPP, you have to add the Great Party.
No, I'm not going to add.
You won't do that.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Some members of the National Patriotic Party.
New Patriotic Party. New, not National Prof. New Patriotic Party.
New Patriotic Party.
Yes, yes.
New is the new. Is it still new?
Ajete said new. So it's new. Janice Selby said new, so it's new. J. Kufuor said new. Akufo-Addo said new. So it's a new Patriotic Party. Fair enough. Fair enough. So some people in that party.
Don't mention names to confuse people and, you know, just.
Oh, but the official name is a new Patriotic Party.
I know, but don't bring Kufuor and Akufo-Addo into this conversation, you know.
No, I'm saying that they all call it New Patriotic Party. So it is new. It's not National Patriotic. Okay. But some people from the NPP reported your son.
To Shah.
Oh, Commission for Human Rights.
Commission for Human Rights.
It's because we all heard it.
Yes.
So it's nice making sense.
And so for almost 4 years.
Which year did they make their complaint?
They were.
Anyway, you go on. So for 4 years, what happened?
For 4 years, we've been investigating. So I couldn't come out to say anything. That's why when people were saying Frimpong Boateng has done this, I couldn't come out because you are under investigation.
Were you also under investigation?
Yes.
You and him?
Yes.
Oh, the allegation was that you and him are doing that.
Yes.
That's what we were all told.
And this is false. And Paul, as a lawyer and a very seasoned journalist, you should not have fallen into that trap. To talk about this.
Well, I would like to read the Stroud report.
Yeah, this is
what did they say?
Nothing.
All these pages is nothing?
117 pages.
It's all nothing?
That he hasn't committed any crime.
Oh, he was exonerated?
Exonerated.
By the Stroud report?
Yes.
Who signed the Stroud report? Was it Whittal?
The commissioner himself.
What's his name?
What's his name? Yeah, Whittal. Joseph Whittal, commissioner.
What year was it? The signing?
This is
the date of the signing.
So this is.
Whittal is still there. He's been there since 2017.
So go talk to him.
Yeah, I will read this report thoroughly.
He was sent by one Arnold Agbodo, a complainant.
He's a complainant. Yes. Arnold
Agbodo.
Oh, is he a member of the NPP?
And we didn't know him, but later he called Jojo.
He himself?
Yes. And told him those who told him to take him to Shrad.
Oh, he called Jojo and said, some people said I should take you to Shrad. Yes. You and your father to Shrad.
Yes.
Am I one of the people? Did he mention my name?
I won't tell you. I won't tell you.
Sorry, viewers. I'm just enjoying the company of the great heart surgeon, Professor Frimpong. They mentioned some names. My name was not in it, right?
I will not say it.
Okay, was Gabi Ochedaku's name in it?
I will not say it.
Was Abu Jinapo's name in it?
Please.
Oh, I'm just mentioning the squad to see whether, you know.
Okay, they mentioned the squad.
So that's what I'm asking. Was my name in it? You said no. Gabi Ochedaku, you said no. Abu Jinapo, you said no. So there is not us. It's not us.
No.
So it was another group of people.
Yes.
So Stroud exonerated. Yes. Who was Jojo's lawyer? Your lawyers were who? Okay, you can't remember. What were their lawyers? You remember at all?
No, I don't.
So you went through the process. You went for the hearings.
Yes. I went for it several times. You know.
Cross-examination.
All the.
Was the media covering it?
No, media.
You didn't tell the media?
No. I mean, media doesn't cover investigations by.
Oh, they do. I've covered Shrad.
I don't know.
Yeah, I covered the Senate. You can go. It's a public hearing. You can be there.
Yeah.
I see. So Jojo was exonerated.
How many times do you want me to repeat
this? I'm not. Okay, all right.
So you can see how wicked and evil this country
From what you are saying, yes, it's very bad then.
Very bad. And for people even to say Frimpong Boateng has stolen 500 excavators. These are wicked.
But I was coming to that because it was Frimpong Boateng who told us that excavators are missing. Where are they?
Look, excavators, you see, when we started the fight, the military people were leading the seizure of excavators.
The military were doing what?
They were seizing the excavators.
You mean Dominic Nitiwu's people? Because he's here. He was the defense minister.
Yeah,
his people were seizing the excavators.
Yes.
Okay, and taking them where?
Initially, we don't know where to take them, so they took them to either the district assembly or the local police station. In every district, you know, if it's a Asatogwa or somewhere, they will take you to the nearest district assembly or the.
And they told you where they've kept it.
Yes.
Okay.
So we will then go later on to.
Who is we? The task force.
The task force. We will send people.
But you had soldiers in the task force as well.
No, but we didn't send soldiers to do that.
No, but the task force included soldiers.
Yes, yes.
And those seasoned two were soldiers.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll send some of the civilian employees to go to this police station, go to this district assembly, and see how many excavators were there. And when you go there, what happened was that they disabled them and they would take the motherboard away. Then the people will go and buy a new motherboard, activate the excavator, and drive them away. So instead of, say, expecting 300 excavators, you go and there are only 10. So at the time that the police, the soldiers said they had seized 600 excavators, you could only retrieve about 120. The rest had been taken back to the bush by the owners.
The owners?
The owners. So
you lost control over the excavators?
Yes, we lost control because we couldn't.
Did you tell the Minister for Defense that I've lost, or the police, or the Interior?
They knew the police.
National Security?
Yes, we told them. So what happened was that we needed a place to keep these excavators. And luckily, our secretary, Charles Bisu, who was very hardworking, I'm telling you, Charles was very hardworking, and I liked him. He brought in a friend, Ekwauzi, who was an auctioneer, and he had some locations where he kept his vehicles.
Ekwauzi, the parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North of the NPP, the last election. In Cape Coast North, yes.
He was the first.
The very enterprising young man, Ekwauzi.
First vice chairman of the party in the central region.
Yes, yes, he was that one too. Yeah.
So he had some depots in industrial area, Uyarifa, Tema, and elsewhere. So that's where, when the excavators were seized, we got low bears and then took them to those. So I thought that they were very safe over there.
Then what happened?
I was getting reports from ministers, particularly Barbara Otenjesi. No, she comes from a very important mining area. I said, Professor, people are saying that their excavators are being stolen and sold. I said, oh, Barbara, do you have any evidence for that? So, and then I was under pressure. For example, Nana Bidietu called me and said, I should sack Ekwauzi. I said, and what has he done? He said, oh, years ago he did this bad thing in the UK and he's done this and that. I said, no, UK matter is not what I'm dealing with. But if I don't have any evidence that Ekwauzi is taking excavators. And so there were several reports. Until one day, the CRD people caught a young man called Seth Mante, who was working with Peace FM. Seth Mante confessed that Ekwauzi and another person, John Ofuriatta, not related to the Ofuriattas, were selling excavators and giving the money to him to keep on his account at NRB or so.
No, you mean the guy, the Peace FM guy said that Ekwauzi and some people were selling excavators and he was being given the cash to keep.
On
the excavators that you were seizing, it was being sold.
Yes, some of them. So we got to NRB, got a statement of accounts, and there was a lot of money on that thing. So when I got that information, then I went to Mr. President and said, Mr. President, now I have evidence that this guy is involved in this thing, so I can sack him. And this is what I did. And so that was the history.
That's how
it came.
So the excavators were missing?
Some of them were missing. Some.
Did you find them before you left?
Yes.
So you got back 500?
Not 500. We can't find the 500. They were back to the bush. We can't trace them. But those that we could retrieve were sent to a place in Asharabuche where we call aviation. And there we were controlling ourselves. We got soldiers and we got people, and they were kept there. And then we had a list of all the excavators there, and then handed over to Asuma Chireme, who became the lands minister at the time, before before Abu Jinapo came. So all the excavators there were handed over to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources.
Why so? Why not National Security, Minister of Defense, something? Because these are tools that can be used to commit crime. Why are you giving it to a minister?
No. There must be a minister in charge of it. It's ministerial responsibility.
You were a minister, and you were in charge of the task force.
No.
So why not defense minister?
No, we all had our responsibilities. Because, for example, our budget went to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources.
Minister of Science and Environment, your budget?
No. The
committee.
The budget for the committee.
Okay, so the supervising minister, apart from you, was Lands?
I was the chairman of the committee.
Okay, so the supervising minister was Lands?
Yes, of the operations and budgetary and so on.
Okay. So you sent it to Asumachimel, and so the excavators that got lost cannot be retrieved?
No, you can't retrieve them because, see, let's say you have cars here, and then you have seized them, you take away maybe the starter or something, and then the owner will come and put in a new starter and drive the car away. So the excavator will be somewhere which will not be under control.
But did you burn some? There was this conversation about burning excavators, and there was a lot of criticism from the general public. They were very unhappy.
I never.
Who burnt the excavators?
We never did it.
Did you know excavators were burnt though?
Yes.
And you didn't burn it?
No, because maybe the police or the army.
But it sounds like you were not too much in charge, were you?
No. I mean, we cannot be everywhere. I was not in charge of seizure and things like that, but soldiers or part of the vanguard, part of the task force can go seize excavators and sometimes burn them. But we were not in favor of burning of excavators or any of the tanfans on the rivers. My idea was that we will seize the machines, especially those mining in the water bodies, doing the dredging. We would take, the floaters are very expensive. They cost about 25 or 30,000 cedis, the floaters, before we put the machines on them to dredge. So we would take the dredging machines, the floaters, park them outside, and put them in the depot, one in Kumasi and one in Takoradi. And the idea was that we were going to send all the metal to Accra Atomic Energy, where I was trying to build the foundry, to melt the metal and create things from them using the foundry. And that was, so we were going to create something like a circular economy to do better things, but it didn't work.
Wow. So we shouldn't blame you for the failure of the task force that Akufo-Addo set up?
Blame the people who loved doing the Galamsey in government, in the party. Blame those people.
But that was contained in your report. You had a report?
Yes.
And you sent it to who?
To the chief of staff.
And what happened after?
Look, I wrote the report, gave it to the chief of staff, and nothing happened for almost 2.5 years. And then the report leaked. And then they blamed me.
No, they say you leaked it.
How? If I wanted to leak it, look, Paul, people don't know me. And listen to me carefully. The chief of staff wrote to me using my personal private address. So I sensed that he wanted something very secret. And so when I wrote the report, you asked me to. I didn't tell them. They didn't know. None of the committee members knew about the existence of the report, except the National Security Minister. Kandapaa. Otherwise, nobody knew about that report.
Why? Didn't you need their inputs? You're working with people, you're writing a report, you're writing it behind them. Were you suspicious of them?
But that was, most of them were not attending meetings anyway.
When you call meetings, they don't come?
No.
Were they afraid of you?
No, I cannot say that. Maybe they had other things to do.
Why did you tell the president that, Chief, your people, when I call meetings, they don't come?
Look, Ben, I told the president many things. For example, Sir John.
The late Sir John.
The late Sir John. Sir John was mining, giving concession, and doing crazy things in the forest. And he was giving the forest itself, 42 of them, 47 forest reserves, to people to mine in them without going through the process.
Why should we believe you on this?
So I compiled all the letters that he wrote into a book like this and went to the president. I said, Mr. President, this man, I called Sir John. So the president called Sir John.
He called him?
Yeah, of course.
So you met Sir John before the president?
On 2 occasions.
I remember Akufo-Addo used to do that. He said somebody calls him and says, okay, let's talk.
So
so 3 of you?
No, more than that.
Okay.
Sir John, Chief of Staff, Briatio, and maybe one of the
or Suman or someone like that.
Some officers there. And I told Mr. President, this man in charge of the forestry of Ghana is the greatest danger to the forests of this country.
You said it in the meeting?
I said it in the meeting.
Yeah, there are minutes of the meeting?
Yes. Yeah, somebody might have written meetings. But
Okay.
I don't write meetings at the time.
I get it, yes.
And so the president asked Mr. John, have you heard what the professor is saying? Oh, Mr. President, you know this, that, you know, the way he does his things.
I don't know the way he does it. You have to report it accurately.
So I thought he was going to stop. Why he didn't stop?
No, what did Sir John say? How did he defend himself? Do
He
you
didn't
remember?
defend himself. He was just, oh, Mr. President, you know, one not specific of anything. Oh, Mr. President, you know, this, that.
What language is that?
Language.
Yes, Mr. President, this, that, Mr. President.
Mr. President, you know, it's not, we are trying to do this, you know, we did this and we did that. No coherent explanation. So, but it went on. And I asked for a second meeting after 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing happened. It didn't stop.
Oh, the president called him to another meeting?
Yes. You know, so, and with this report, you asked the members of the Council of State, on 2 occasions, I presented the state of the environment and the fight against Galamsey to the Council of State on 2 occasions. On 2 cabinet retreats, one in Peduase, one in that hotel, one in Akusumbo, somewhere there. I presented the thing on Galamsey, did the same presentation.
You mean Royal Saint? I think that's the name.
Somewhere. And then another one.
You did a presentation to the cabinet.
Cabinet.
That's what?
About the state of Galamsey, the state with the problems that we're facing, you know, and how people were.
The mistrust, wasn't it? Is that not really it? Mistrust?
Yes, and how people were, MP people, government people were, you know, also doing it and more or less undermining what the president was saying, that he put his presidency online to fight this thing. And then again, you asked Kanapa, there was a West African security ministers meeting. I was called to make a similar presentation. So it wasn't just one report that I wrote. Over the period that I was there, several reports, you know. And even in a cabinet meeting, sometimes the president would ask me to give a short presentation.
But if you wrote that report, why would it get to the hands of the political opponents, the NDC?
I don't know.
Were you happy that the NDC got the report?
NDC got the report.
Were you happy that the NDC got the report? Your report, that they had it. They were flagging it here on Good Evening Ghana, Good Morning Ghana. Sami James was talking about it every day, that this is Professor Frimpong Boateng's report.
No.
Were you happy that they got it?
No, of course not. I was not happy that we did not. See, the report was not supposed to indict anybody, but.
Oh, it did indict quite a lot of people.
This is what I'm saying. The report was for the president to read and then call an internal meeting or do something internally so that we can address some of the issues. The report was not to malign anybody or anything like that. So it was a report that I presented to them. The president said, look, we want to know how you fought it and suggest a way forward. And that's what I did.
So the president asked for it?
Yes.
He asked for a report?
A report.
And he said give it to Chief of Staff?
No, I'm not saying the presidency. The Chief of Staff wrote the report, wrote the letter to me.
Asking for the report?
No, saying that Professor Boateng, like Frimpong Boateng, we want you to present a report on the fight against Galamsey and then suggest a way forward.
Which year was this?
2020.
19? COVID, before COVID, post-COVID, after the election?
After COVID.
After COVID, so 21?
Yeah.
And you presented a report in 21?
Yes.
But you were not a minister in 21, were you?
I was a supervising minister.
Oh yeah, you were continuing from January after the election. Yeah. So it was during that period that you presented the reports to the Chief of Staff?
Yes.
I see.
And the idea was not to accuse anybody, but for them to know, because the president has put his presence online to fight this. So I wanted him to know the real state of what was happening. That people he trusted, people in his office, I mean in the
broader sense.
Broader sense. And the party, DCs and so on. As it's happening now.
Oh, it's happening now?
Of course. I mean,
DCs are doing Galamsey?
Listen, the Galamsey's position is worse today than it was before.
Galamsey today is worse?
Yeah, but you see, the NPP doesn't have the moral courage
to talk about it.
That is why the NDC has got.
But you are not talking. You have the moral courage. You are not saying. This is the first time I heard you say Galamsey is worse today under John Mahama.
The environment is worse today
under John Mahama.
No, under who? But who is the president?
Yes, him. But I've not heard you talking about it.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm in court.
With who?
Gabi Ochidaku, for example, I'm in court.
You sued Gabi?
No, he sued me.
For what? Yes, your report.
No, he sued me that I've mentioned his name
in the report.
Yeah. But I didn't say that he was doing Galamsey.
What did you say?
The thing is that, I'm sorry, Dominic is not here. Nitiwu is not here.
He's listening to you. He's in the next room.
No, okay, let me listen. What happened was that I had a call from a prominent chief in the Ashanti region. That professor.
Hey, prominent chief in the Ashanti region.
I
need that. I need you to say that. It's very, very important to me. No. Okay, it's not the Ashanti Hene. But another chief in some chief in Ashanti region.
Some chief.
I want to say prominent in Ashanti. Prominent.
No. If I want to say that, I would say a prominent chief in Ghana. If I wanted to refer to
okay, well,
that's what I would say.
I agree with that. Okay. So some chief in Ashanti called you.
Called me and said, Professor, my people cannot go to their farms. They are being beaten by Chinese. They slap them with the broadside of machete. They are being beaten by soldiers. They are being beaten by
soldiers.
Yes, by macho men. So I said, we'll go. And to authenticate and to document everything, we engage Erastus.
Erastus Asare.
So we engage him for a task force, embedded with a task force, to document everything that was happening. I didn't know him at that time, but I heard that he was very good. So, okay, so we went there. And then we saw a mining company, Heritage Imperial. You know, they were the same people who did the job in Diaso, and Captain Mahama died.
Yeah, it was Heritage Imperial, yeah.
At that time, they were known as CNG Alaska. But then they came to Ashanti region and changed the name, and the same people.
Chinese people?
No. Ghanaian and Turkish Canadian. They were in charge of the company. So once we were there, the task force saw 35 Ghanaian soldiers and some macho men. And it was there that Gabi called me.
He called you?
He called me. That, Professor, where you send your people, they are my clients. And they have licenses, so leave them. I said, Gabi, no, they don't have licenses. I mean, we'll check everything. Sometimes, they are fond of misusing even prospecting licenses to mine. You know, so we talk and talk and talk. It didn't come to anything. Then he said, okay, we'll see. And then, so after that, I called the president. I said, Mr. President, this is the interaction I had with Gabi, but I cannot leave the Chinese. And meanwhile, we had arrested 11 or so Chinese, and we were taking them to Accra. But then the soldiers came, and there was a scuffle. You can see, access Saridonko. They smashed his car, seized his camera, and so on. But to save them, as Erastus and the task force, I said, please, leave them and come back to Accra. So that was what's happening. And
so Gabi is suing you for what? For
information.
What did you say about him?
No, I said he's connected with illegal mining.
Oh, yes, but did you say that?
What?
Did you say Gabi is connected to illegal mining?
This is what I'm saying. And this is what I said in my report. That I was shocked to see that he was... I mean, he's a lawyer. He can...
That's the point.
Say anything. But then, your brother is a president, and he has access to fight this fight. I was said, let another lawyer do that. But you see, optically, morally, I found that reprehensible. For somebody that I liked, you know, Gabi had assisted me in quite a number of ways. For example, when we were drafting the e-waste law and so on, we wanted somebody to do the electronic waste management. We didn't have a lawyer, so I approached him, and then he gave us Kisia Jabin, who is now special prosecutor, to come and assist me. So Mr. Kisia Jabin, lawyer, Kisia Jabin came to my office on 3-4 occasions, and then he helped us do a very good job. So I went back to Gabi and said, thank you for bringing us this young man. Yeah, he's very smart, he's very good. And within a short time, we had done it. So that is why I was not expecting Gabi to get somebody else to do it, but not you.
I don't know why the learned professor from Pombati wants to choose a lawyer's clients for him. I'm not sure why.
No, I'm not saying I choose, but what I'm saying is that I may be wrong, but to me, it was distasteful that a president has made this profound statement and putting my presidency online to fight this.
That Anglo Gold was mining, Newmont was mining. Why can't Imperial mine?
But not illegally.
You think Imperial mining illegally?
Of course, and I knew that.
Has any court said that? Because I know that Imperial got a judgment debt and it was later reversed by the Attorney General, Godfrey Dame.
Don't bring that one judgment debt.
No, they got it. The Attorney General Dame reversed it.
But you see, this is what I'm saying, this country is crooked.
Why?
Because see, the damage that Imperial said has been caused. They said, I caused the damage. I sent people there to steal their fuel, to do this and do it. So if I go to court, why don't you take me to court?
Who? Imperial?
Imperial.
But who did they take to court?
The last minister.
Again, you're choosing for a litigant who he should sue.
No. And so what I'm saying is that I didn't even know about the case.
You ought not to know. They are making their case. They don't care about you.
No, you said I caused the damage. At least.
Yeah, but when they go to the lawyer's desk, it is then that they will choose who should be the person they are suing.
They can do whatever they like. But as a citizen, I can also have my opinion. Because they knew that the lance minister did not know about this thing, the details, and he was not going to contest this thing.
But the lance minister can rely on you.
Nobody called me.
So perhaps it's the lance minister's fault.
So this is what I'm saying. If we live in a country where somebody causes a damage and we take another person to court and you get a judgment debt of $15 million.
Granted by a high court, by the way.
So what?
I'm just repeating.
Yeah, later on, the
Attorney General reversed it. Yes, he did.
So
on technical grounds, actually, it was on technical grounds, but he did reverse it. So you seem to have a problem with Imperial Heritage, do you?
Of course, I have any problem with anybody who does illegal mining. I should have a problem.
I have to dissociate our program from this statement you make that Imperial is doing illegal mining because
you can't.
Because we don't know that they are doing illegal mining.
If you don't know, don't.
But Frimpong Boateng says they are doing illegal mining.
I'm saying that.
They should sue you. Are you ready for it?
Who?
Imperial, yeah,
of course. I mean, they sued me already.
No, he said Gabi sued.
No, Imperial. Look, in any case, the man who was in charge of Imperial is passed away.
Oh, he died?
Yeah.
What have you done about the Galamsey? I'm moving on. About the Galamsey situation today.
Me?
Yeah, you are telling me here, and I think you've told other people, that the Galamsey situation is worse. The forest state is worse than it used to be.
And the rivers,
you are Frimpong Boateng. You are a huge global figure. You are a former minister. You haven't written any article. You haven't said anything.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, you can even get audience with President Mahama if you want. He'll give you audience. You haven't done that.
How do you know?
Tell us.
I want to tell you.
So you've done it?
I've talked to certain prominent people in the NDC about what I think.
But you have done that quietly. You haven't told us so that the MPP can use it as propaganda the same way the NDC used your document as propaganda.
And the MPP cannot, I was commissioned by my party to do that. The NDC has not told me to do anything. I, as a private person, have observed certain things and I've made a plan to some of them. I'm not here to, look, let's talk about the horse matter.
I'll come to that. So if I do a quote card out of this program and your photograph is there, I said, Frimpong Boateng said, NDC's Galamsey is worse than MPP's Galamsey. Will I be correct?
I'm not saying, no, this is not what I said.
Okay.
Right now, NDC people are doing Galamsey, MPP people are doing Galamsey, you know.
MPP are still doing it?
Of course. I mean, there are a lot of...
NDC is allowing MPP to do it?
See, when it comes to Galamsey, these two parties are from the same parents.
Fair enough. So when MPP was doing it, the one you found, was NDC also doing it?
Of course.
But you didn't say that in your report.
I stated it in my report.
What did you say?
That I even was very specific that in Western region, a certain district, I mentioned the district, and that a former minister was in charge, was doing Galamsey in this area.
I think I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that. We used it for news. I remember that. Yes. I remember that. So, because I was desperate to get something like that. I remember that.
And I also said that you see, this Galamsey was started, you know, it was magnified by the NDC, in the NDC regime. And we came and took over, made it worse. Now they've come again to continue the Galamsey. So
NDC started, then MPP did it. NDC have come, they are still doing it.
Yes, because they all like it.
So another quote card. Frimpong Boateng says, Galamsey was started by NDC.
I'm not
then
saying,
MPP continued.
No, don't say
and
that.
NDC are back. They are doing worse.
No, don't say that.
Okay, what should I say?
This destruction of the environment has always been there. And it was, for example, it was during the NDC time that the military signed MOUs with certain mining companies to provide security. This is what they did with Imperial, this mining company in the DSO. So they did it. And then when we came, the president stopped all those MOUs, that they were not regular, and that if there's anything, the government should take charge, which was very good. But then the practice of illegal mining did not stop. We got involved, and a lot of people got involved, and then we left power. The NDC have come, they're also doing it.
So you can say, as we wrap up on this part, hand on heart, that Professor Frimpong Boateng never participated or benefited from Galamsey.
No, and you know the people, you were an establishment person, you, Paul.
No, I'm Akufado's friend, I'm not an establishment, I'm just Akufado's friend. I really like him.
Then you have a big friend.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say
you
that.
You have a big friend. So,
you can say that.
So you are part of the system.
Not quite, but yeah.
You are part of the system. So.
Oh, I could walk into Jubilee House at midnight, so yes.
Yeah, but I can't.
Oh, you a minister?
A minister, look, a minister cannot be a friend of the president. The president employs you on his...
That's also kind of true.
Yes, and he can sack you at any time. So I was ready any time to be sacked. So I'm not...
You were ready to be sacked?
Yeah, but you have to prepare. As soon as you take that position, you have to condition your mind that you may not last.
So you are not friends with Akufo-Addo?
No, he's not my friend. He was my boss. But he's not my friend. He cannot be my friend.
Who is your best friend in the NPP?
Who, my best friend in the NPP? Oh, I have several friends like you may not know.
Oh, I know.
No.
Are you talking about people in Western region or Ashanti region?
No, even in Accra. So you will not.
Who to me is not your friend?
No, he cannot be my friend.
He cannot be?
No.
Okay. Oseche Mensah Bonsu is not your friend?
No, it's not my friend. It's a colleague. Oseche Mensah Bonsu?
Yeah, the majority leader in parliament.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were referring to the regional minister. What was his name?
The Ashanti regional minister?
The former one.
Simon.
No, Simon.
I don't mean. I mean Oseche Mensah Bonsu, the majority leader.
Oh, yes.
Is your friend?
You see, friendship has several layers,
Okay. Joe Gate, is he your friend?
Joe Gate is my friend.
So at least I've gotten someone who's your friend. Godfrey Dame, is he your friend?
Who is Godfrey Dame?
The former Attorney General.
No, he's not my friend. I don't know him.
You don't know him?
No. He's not my friend. I mean, he's a colleague.
You know him? Yeah. So it's not. Yeah, Osafo Mafo.
He used to be my friend. But
used to be?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Huh? He's a nice man. Very wise. Look, he's a very nice person, wise man. But I didn't agree with some of the things that
I think. Okay. So. Jay Kufuor, you say is your boss.
Who?
Jay Kufuor, is he your friend?
More than that.
He's more than your friend.
Yeah.
Kwame Addo Kufuor, the doctor?
He's my brother.
Oh, he's like a brother.
My senior brother, yeah.
Okay. So I'm sort of understanding the people. So Flight Lieutenant Rawlings, friend?
He was my brother.
Oh, more than friend.
You know, Dr. Mary Grant.
Yes.
He always said he had two children, two adopted children. The first one was Jerry Rawlings, the second one from Frimpong Boateng.
Oh, I see.
But Jerry Rawlings is more troublesome than...
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But then you are NDC small. Are you NDC small?
No, I'm not NDC small.
At all?
No, listen. Look, when I came back to Ghana to work, it was the PNDC that was in power, and NDC. And I have so many friends. I mean, this is what I like about some of my friends. I mean, I've known Asase Gyimah, Captain Asase Gyimah, since 1960.
I see. Yeah, everyone has friends across.
Yes, 63. I've known Nana Otodazi. I've known Victor Salome. I've known the Ahoys,
You are knowing them too much, Prof.
I mean,
you are knowing them too much. These are your friends, Ahoy brothers, Asase Gyimah, National Security for NDC. So Tobi Kwachetu is your friend, I guess.
I didn't know him.
Oh, you didn't know him?
No.
Okay.
We were in the same secondary school.
Okay.
I've known him since 1963.
Okay, but you have more MPP friends than NDC,
Well, I think more NDC than MPP.
That's the suspicion. NDC is small, Prof.
No,
NDC is small.
I'm not NDC.
So when they got the report, Professor Frimpong,
I didn't read the report.
Okay, I understand that. I agree with that.
Look.
But you have your NDC small.
No, I'm not NDC.
You're MPP.
Yes, these are my friends. And the good thing is that they thought that having helped me, or assisted me in a way, established, I'll join them. No, But they knew,
they
knew I was in the
that makes a strong point.
They knew I was in the MPP, and they loved me, and they still.
So you are saying that it would have been easier to join the NDC.
Very
so
easy.
that you joined the MPP shows that you are not NDC.
Look, Commodore,
I can take that.
Commodore Kruche, for example, you know, the man,
good man.
He was so brilliant. I mean, he helped me so much.
Sapon is fantastic.
Yes, fantastic.
That's one.
See, when the World Bank wanted to stop the Cardio project, there was a man, World Bank director in Ghana called Mr. Choi from South Korea. He went to Nana Sapon's office to tell him that World Bank doesn't support the project and so on. He said, Mr. Choi, the government of Ghana has decided to do it, so we walk out of my office.
Oh, that's interesting.
Nana Sapon did it. I had
see.
several meetings.
Were they disappointed that you ended up with MPP?
Oh, but they still love me. Because
they were disappointed small.
I can't tell, but I mean, I don't know. Because
Siboche was one of your friends?
Oh, yes. Because I dealt with him, you know, the financing and things
of the hospital? Of the center?
Of the center.
Cardio?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. I remember that. So you must have dealt with Victor Salome too? He was a deputy finance minister. Kwame Pepra.
Salome was my friend in Commonwealth Hall.
Oh, I see. Oh, you really should have joined the NDC. I'm sure you would have.
No, I mean, so when I say I'm MPP,
I get it.
Little minds disabuse in their minds.
Who are little minds?
So you know them.
Oh, Prof, I don't know.
These small lawyers in your party.
Small lawyers.
In their party headquarters. You know.
Party headquarters.
Yes, you know them.
Small lawyers. Who is a big lawyer?
Look, listen. One of them said, "Oh, Frimpong Boateng was privileged to be appointed a minister. He enjoyed. He was a minister." Anybody who said a minister enjoyed or is a thief or a potential thief.
A minister cannot enjoy unless he's stealing.
Look,
you can't enjoy.
As a minister,
I want to be a minister in future. Why should I abandon it?
Listen, as an science, Minister of Environment, Science and Innovation, my salary was 15,000 cedis.
It was not about salary. We all know.
No. So where is the enjoyment?
It's about the deals.
The
gigs, the deals.
I don't do any deals. I don't do anything.
But you're going to award a contract to somebody. You don't do deals.
I don't award any contract to anybody.
Every minister will have to award a contract for the growth of the ministry.
No, but we didn't do that.
Who did it? Who awarded contracts? Environment contracts. Who awarded it?
No, we don't. Environment has no contract.
Okay.
No, we did.
There is not a good ministry if there's no contract.
This is what I'm saying.
There's no good
for all these small boys in the
small boys
to say Frimpong Boateng was a minister he enjoyed, that person is a potential thief.
So if I'm offered by a future president, Environment Ministry and Communication, the telecom, which one should I take?
I don't know. I mean,
which one is better?
I was passionate.
Which one is better?
I think that I wanted to use science, technology, and innovation to change this country.
Which one will there be more money?
I don't care. I don't work for money.
Which one has more traveling connection?
You know it. You people know money, so you know it.
Oh, Prof.
I don't.
You are such a great man.
But you see, you ask the president, Nana Akufo-Addo. I like him.
I'll ask him.
Ask him. I'm not a greedy person. I didn't see anything. I didn't know deals. I didn't sign any contract.
Somebody sent me a text to ask you that you live in a plush bungalow at Northridge, where I've been coming. That is it yours or is it for government or did you buy it? Where did you get it?
That's not a person's business. Oh, I've lived there since 1996.
In fact, I made that point that you lived there when Rawlings was president.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to answer that question. It's not his business.
You answer it.
This is a faceless coward who cannot approach me to ask that question.
But you're a public person. So if I go on radio interview and they ask me that, a text message has come, Mr. Adomotri, do you live at Northridge? They say you live at Northridge near Metro TV. Then I say that it's not his business.
I mean, it's not his business where I live. People who ask such questions.
No, they say that where you live is government owned. That's the point. If it's East Legon, nobody will worry.
Let the government come and take it.
Which government?
Whatever it is, if it's government, then for the government should come and take it. It's not his business where I live. I've lived there since 1996.
It's a hair, actually. It's a hair.
Well, I don't care wherever the person is. Okay. So what I'm saying is, so you think the people who live in East Legon and things like that are clean or what?
No, nobody's saying that. They're just saying that. Where you live, it's a government property. How did you acquire it? Did you buy it?
Tell that lady where I live is not her business. She leave me alone.
Can she visit though?
For what?
Prof, okay. I have to move on with the interview, Prof. Time is running.
Yeah.
You said that the MPP is a fake party and everybody was angry. But you have clarified that you didn't mean the whole party, you meant the leadership of the party.
Yes, Paul. those, when I said that, the people really knew exactly what I was saying. But they wanted to recruit others so that they can get a big army to fight me. That is why they say, oh, Frimpong Boateng said the whole party. I will not say the whole party is that. You know, I'm a member of the party. But we have a bunch of people who led us to a disgraceful defeat.
Did you vote? Just to come in. Did you vote? 24th December, 7th December 2024. Did you vote?
No.
You didn't vote?
I didn't vote.
Whoa.
And I said it.
You didn't vote for Dr. Bawumia?
No.
Your party's presidential candidate. Your vice president, you sat in cabinet with him.
Because I didn't like the way he was elected.
Did you tell him that you didn't vote for him?
Who?
Dr. Bawumia.
Yeah, he's not my friend. I don't meet him.
If you were the person that Nana Akufo-Addo made running mate, and you became vice president, and you became the party's presidential candidate, and I was a minister for whatever, and I go on television and say, I didn't vote. I didn't go to. I didn't
minister. I was a free person.
No, you were a minister in the first term.
Yes.
Did you vote in 2020?
Of course I did.
Did you vote for Nana Akufo-Addo?
Oh, exactly.
Is it because you were a minister at that time?
No, because we all loved the way Akufo-Addo was elected as flag bearer. But you see, if you trace people's hands, if you bribe the crooked and intimidate the coward for people to vote for a candidate, the backlash is what you saw.
Who did that? Who bribed who? Intimidated who?
You are an establishment person. You know that.
No, I was following the election. I followed many MPP contests. I've been following since 1998.
Because
I saw the Dr. Bawumia election. I supported him.
Some of them showed me the money they were giving and what they were told.
Oh, but that's been happening from all contexts. So when we went to Legon in 2007, Akufo-Addo versus Alan, people were giving money in envelopes. Is that bribery? They say it's for TNT. You have run for president before, Prof. Didn't you ever give anyone TNT?
No, that is different.
But that's what you saw.
No. Look, you are behaving as if you don't know what bribe is and what TNT is.
But that's what I'm saying. So how much was it? You said they gave them envelopes. That's for envelope.
Big fat envelopes.
How much was in it?
I won't tell you. You know these things.
Okay, so the size of the money determines whether it's bribery.
Let me come to the point.
Yes, please.
So I didn't like the way it was done. We were defeated. And then you devised a new system, a top-down approach. Instead of uniting the party, coming out with the factors that led to our defeat. And we discuss these things, digest.
But the Michael Quay reports.
Michael Quay report, I have not seen the report. It wasn't made public.
Have you asked for it? You're a senior member of the party.
I
cannot ask for it. What? Have you asked for it?
What? No, you have to make it public. I mean, if I ask,
the Kwesi Botwe report produced by Kwesi Botwe for John Mahama's defeat in 2016 was never made public. But do you make things like that public?
Of course, why not?
The details of how a party. So if it's written in there that Professor Frimpong Boateng was dating the Amansi West End, do you make that public?
That will not be a factor that will lead to a defeat.
It can. If because of that you forced her as MP in the area and they put in we lost the presidential election.
What I'm saying is, so we lost.
Yeah, we lost. There was a Michael Quay report commissioned.
And it was a bad loss.
Mm-hmm. Heavy, very bad.
I think that the executive should have resigned and block.
Some people said that.
And then appoint maybe a new chairman, interim executive. Whatever. Interim, and then so on. But you see, these people who are there have organized this top-down system so that they will let a candidate of their choice who will lead them to the defeat so that when he wins, they will have a good chance of maintaining their positions or even bigger ones. And this is what I don't like. And so those who are organizing this thing, they are the fake faction of the great
New Patriotic Party,
as you said.
Okay, so what you don't like is that the national executive that took us to the defeat have not resigned. That's really the point.
Yes, and
and they are now sort of orchestrating quickly the flag bearership.
Exactly.
So it comes to their side.
Exactly, and so 3 years before the election, this is how we behave. And I think I told you yesterday, I didn't know that Chairman Botwe was in the group. I didn't know he was the first vice when the team was there.
Yeah, he's
a great guy, you know.
He's not well, though.
Yeah, but you see, because I met him the first time 22 years ago.
So he's not part of the FIG then?
No.
So you take Chairman Bute out, the rest of them, the rest of the executive, fake.
Whatever, maybe some of them are not fake, but some of them are.
So who is the one that you are pointing to as the fake?
See, when
it seems like it's a one individual.
Not one, there are several of them.
Okay, but Chairman Bute out.
Yes.
Conveniently out.
Conveniently out.
Okay, the rest are fake.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. The last time I heard, I think Attachment was here. Lawyer Attachment was here.
Yes, I interviewed him.
And he made a statement which I didn't like.
What did he say?
He said Bawumia was not in charge of the economic management team. And that, at some point, he said the president didn't give him money to manage the economy. He said it. And so, this is why I'm saying that economists don't create wealth and they don't create jobs. Economists, they are not used to that. You need people with vision, with drive, with science and technology attached, employing good people from the universities, research institutions, drawing up a good program, and then you can create the wealth. Then the economists can, if we say, Akufo-Addo didn't give me money to run the economy, where do you expect Akufo-Addo to get money from? You said
something very interesting. You said economists can't create wealth.
No, they don't.
That's not their training.
That is not their training.
That's interesting.
So,
wealth is created by what? Vision.
Vision.
Science and technology.
Yeah, drive.
Mobilization,
research, development, and so on. If we look at the Chinese program, how the Chinese developed, it started in 1986, March 86. That's what they call the program 863, 1986 March, where they suddenly realized that they were using all their money and talents on weapons like the North Koreans are doing. So 4 weapon scientists wrote a letter to Deng Xiaoping that said, we must change the way we are doing things and channel our scientific knowledge to civilian uses and take advantage of the scientific revolution. And so Deng Xiaoping said, okay, go ahead. So they set up research institutions and went in certain areas: marine technology, space technology, advanced material sciences, and so on. 7 of them. And later on, the other 2. Remember that in 2003, the Chinese were not producing wind turbines and solar panels. But a few years later, they became the #1 producers of wind energy and alternative energy. Science, technology, and innovation. So if we look at the model, we are here joking. Sometimes you hear Ryan started in 1995 with Vision 2020. As soon as MPP came to power, someone would say, no, we don't want any Vision 2020.
Vision 2010.
No, he said we are going to do Vision 2015. And then nothing happened. And then NDC came again, Vision this, and we come. So there are so many visions, we don't know whether they
Ghana
are...
Beyond Aid.
Huh?
We said Ghana Beyond Aid, Akufo-Addo.
Yes, it was a good slogan, but there was no power behind it. So you go back and look at what my ministry wrote on Ghana Beyond Aid, the things that we had to do to get there. I was hoping that Akufo-Addo would put that program under my ministry, Science, Technology, and Innovation, who have been different. But then you put it under senior minister's office.
Did you discuss it with him?
No,
because he's quite open about these things. Akufo-Addo is very open. Did you discuss it with him?
We discussed all these things, even research fund. We discussed.
Did you tell him that, Mr. President, can you bring Ghana Beyond Aid to science? I don't think you should be a senior minister.
I didn't say that.
You really should have. He's very open to these things, isn't he?
Yeah, open to this, but it can be influenced.
Anyone can be influenced.
Yeah, but this is what I say. I mean, Akufo-Addo is a very good person, but I think, I may be wrong, he was unduly influenced by some members of his family and some friends.
Friends and family influenced him. That's what
I think so.
But every president will be influenced by friends.
Yeah, but then the president, we trusted him. He said Akufo-Addo is strong, he's direction, he's a tough guy, he will know how to deal with the NDC and so on. But then finally...
So you were not happy with the way Dr. Bawumia was elected, but you are happy with Dr. Bawumia as an individual and his contribution to the government and to the MPP?
Contribution, see, what I'm saying is that if we from the time of Joabi,
the economist Joabi,
yes. It's economy.
Oh, so you are saying we should forget about economists to lead?
No, not all of them. If you come Kenny, for example, he knows the boundaries of an economist and what to do. That is why in 2019, he found money from the MasterCard Foundation for MESTI and Ghana Institute of Engineering to organize a conference in Peduase, which the president opened, what we call the technology conference, how to bridge the technology gap, what to do to make.
I remember that conference.
Yes,
very, very impressive.
I'm telling you, the things that we came up with, you know, and
nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I was so disappointed.
So Kwame Pianim is a good economist.
Yes, so because he knows what to do to create wealth and generate money. But if we sit down, tuition with interest rate, and they're talking about this digitalization today, tomorrow, we buy a software. Look.
Without digitalization,
listen,
our society would have been very different. But you are talking about science.
No, listen. But Bawumia's standard of digitalization should not be the ultimate standard in Ghana. Because there are people who understand this more than him. People were doing that before we came to power. Look at Professor Nina Kweno.
Oh, I'm sure Bawumia engaged with him. I think I know that.
No, give to them. The specialists don't engage anybody. Give it to them, or give it to the computer department of a university of Ghana.
But there were specialists who worked on it. If you look at Moses Baden's company, Margins, they're a great company.
Listen,
they are very good people.
I'm telling you, we are not making use of our universities.
That's true, though. But the digitalization is important.
I told you that Takoradi University, Technical University, they are into oil and gas. That's your core area. But nobody cares what they are doing, so they just give them certificates and they go. So what are we preparing them to do? Last year or 2 years ago, I read that a boy, a science engineering student at Ashesi, had developed an absorber system for vehicles. Fantastic. So my idea was that we'll build this Frontier Machine Tool Center, and then we'll engage these people, see how we can move this from prototype to industrial scale.
You sound like somebody who should run for president if you were not 76. You sound
like that. You see, the thing is, Frimpong Board, they will not like me.
Who will not like you?
The Ghanaians.
They won't like you. Ghanaians respect you. They love you.
They do, but I say there are too many thieves in this country.
Thieves?
Yes.
What do they steal?
Our money.
The Ghana money?
Yes.
Are some NDC people stealing?
No. I'm not mentioning. See, when it comes to corruption and these things, MPP and NDC, they are from the same parents.
So they're also stealing, eh?
No. Paul, you just want to put more money in my mouth and let me.
No, I just want to get a quote card where Frimpong Boateng says NDC are stealing.
No.
I love that.
The should be Frimpong Boateng is saying that when it comes to corruption and these bad things, the MPP and NDC are from the same parents.
Therefore, NDC are stealing.
No. They have the same DNA.
Who steals more? NDC, right?
What?
When it comes to corruption, NDC is worse, right?
No, don't say that.
I'm asking.
Don't say that because you're a friend of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I'm not saying that.
No, when it comes to corruption, NDC is worse, I'm asking.
No.
They are not worse.
They're the same.
Oh, they are the same.
But see, what I'm saying is, if somebody does something wrong and you come and you don't improve upon it, then you are worse than that person.
I get that. We have to, my very good friend, Dominic Nitu has to come. I'm sure he's been enjoying the interview himself.
Yeah,
but Prof, let's talk about January 31 as we wrap up. So you are not happy with Dr. Bawumia? He's the front runner anyway.
I don't care whether. No, what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about those elections. What I'm saying is that if we want the party to change, the party NPP is not what the NPP was. Is not what it is now. Everybody knows that it has changed. Obiase NPP now say. So if we want a change, I'm talking about a pathway to rebuilding the party. If you want a change, then dump Bawumia, don't vote for him. And when you don't vote for him, all these people in the party who led us to that defeat will go away. And then the party will have the chance to elect new people who are passionate, committed to lead this party. That's what I'm saying.
So what candidate do you want them to vote for?
I don't support, I'm not endorsing any candidate, any one of them.
You are not endorsing any candidate?
No.
Do you have a vote on the president? You should. Former minister, you should. You have a vote? Have you registered your vote?
I don't know. I should vote. I should vote in the headquarters, isn't it?
No, the headquarters voting, they stop. Your constituency, which is where?
My constituency.
But you can do Kole. So you have not told the national headquarters that you want to vote. You've not told the elections committee that you want to vote. As a former minister, you are entitled, but you have to go and register it.
They should have told me instead of.
They've announced it.
Instead of saying we are going to sack Frimpong Boateng from the.
Yeah, they said they want to sack you.
Let them go ahead.
They have invited you for a meeting.
No.
They haven't?
No. They will go before me.
Go where?
They will sack themselves.
Which people?
Those people who are clamoring for my dismissal.
You are referring to Justin Kodia, my good friend.
Is he a good friend?
Oh, he's a nice guy.
I mean, I'm told that when we started constitutional rule in 1992. He was 8 years old. Is that true?
It may be, but what's the point?
The point is that you don't write a letter sacking somebody less than 6 hours after the close of a program that he said that. I had a program with
Bernard Ablé.
It ended at 10 something, and by 5 o'clock the statement was out.
5 a.m.
Yes. 6 o'clock it was. People were showing them to me, sending it to me.
That's very Shiship.
That's what I'm saying.
So you were offended by that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's part of it. Even Jesus was insulted.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry because I mean, Kodia must have been doing his work as general secretary, but looking at you, 76-year-old Professor Frimpong Boateng, you shouldn't be receiving a letter from the MPP at 6 o'clock in the morning.
This is what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm really sorry about that.
This is what I'm saying, that it's not about the age. When Damboche was general secretary, he was probably much younger.
Yeah,
he was very young.
Yeah,
but he conducted himself well. The young people respected him, old ones respected him. This is what we want. We're not talking about age. Even John Bodu, when he was general secretary,
he was young.
He was very young. He's my nephew.
Oh, I see.
The mother was a nurse in Kolebu. So John Bodu is a Kolebu boy. He's a nice guy.
I see. I'm really sorry about that. I'm sure many people have felt the same. I mean, you don't wake Frimpong Boateng up at 6 o'clock and say, MPP
I'm nothing against Dr. Bawumia as a person. What I'm saying that if you want a pathway to rebuilding the party, dump him. Don't elect him. And if you don't elect him...
Dump is a strong word, though. But don't elect him is better. I prefer that.
As far as I'm saying, the same thing.
Okay.
And then these guys in the party headquarters and their backers in the background, they all disappear. And then you have a good chance of electing good people to...
Do you think with that the MPP can win 2028?
Yes.
The next election?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If there are the changes you are looking for.
That you get a good people to manage the party and so not this. See, these people cannot continue. I mean, you have to understand it. These guys cannot continue.
You seem to think it's an urgent matter.
Very urgent. They should have resigned, last year.
So your concern is about the national executive?
National executive and those who support them, because some people put them there.
Some rich people put them there.
I don't know whether they are rich or influential, whatever. Maybe you're among them.
No, I'm not that influential.
Okay, all right. So,
Prof, we have to leave it here. Yeah. Please send my regards to Jojo and tell him I'd like to meet him at your house for lunch or something.
Yesterday when I told him that
I came there,
he said, Paul, he was the one who was secreting that I was doing, and I said, Jojo, I don't think you should go that far. So I cooled him down. So you can go and visit your brother.
I'm really sorry about that. Send my apologies to him. Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. You can remain because Dominic Nitiwul is coming. He's just coming.
I was
so if you want to keep out and see it, fair enough. We're happy to have you. Okay, viewers, I have to talk to my viewers. We'll take a short break. Dominic Nitiwul is next. Thank you very much for staying with us. Good evening, Ghana is live.
Watch it, not learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwema besisia. Abozig. Akache say no ya konati and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old dish. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Aji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral?
Say a Pesori insecticide GB at a user. Co pharmacy in a shop biamu. Namum say a pharmacy supermarket and a shop ra. Na repedudu to a cotonwa. On for Royal Dutch and our Aerofield Trading. Effie spray with Daimwa.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job,
we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hoto so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm sure you enjoyed the interview with your colleague, Professor Frimpong Boateng.
Oh, yes, I did enjoy it.
That means a lot. Let's go to Anziba to see what people are saying, and then we come back and conduct this interview by the grace of God.
Thank you very much, Paul. We'll take our first text from Bennett Danso. He says, I agree with Prof. Frimpong Boateng on the fact that the NPP must be restored back to her past glory. But I plead with him again to take it easy on our party's internal matters and find an appropriate channel to address or seek redress. Alidu Jalil says, by far the best guest on Good Evening Ghana. Prof is an interesting character. Ibi Ofer says, oh, Prof, you've made my day. What an unfiltered, honest man. God bless you, but please take it easy on your party. Halkovi says, the Galamsey cannot be stopped. Obina says, thank you for your education. Pascal says, the points to note are, and that is according to his account, the NPP were doing Galamsey. He tried to get the president to stop them and nothing was done about it. Senior Osei Darren says, this is what makes Paul a good journalist. He might not agree with you, but will still sit down and listen or even have an interview with you. I respect that so much. Horace Obusi says, he never went to the forest except the only time when the president came to launch the community mining. Aziz Al-Hassan says, Paul, it's good that you are bringing the good old professor to your studio. I personally have a great deal of respect for him. However, I am of the opinion that he is bitter towards the NPP. Chris Jackson says, good. That's the same thing his father used to tell him, that he should always do his things right and be exemplary. And lastly, from George Amanfo-Fori, he says, Paul, I don't believe what this man is saying. Over to you, Paul.
Okay, news just in from the United States of America, and you know what I mean by that, viewers, is that American judge David A. Gade moments ago adjourned the U.S. immigration case against former Ghanaian Minister of Finance Ken Ofori-Atta to 1 p.m. on Monday, 27th April 2026. Mr. Ofori-Atta is expected to be released to go home and report at his next hearing date at the Armandale Court, Virginia. The case will determine whether the former minister fleeing from being deported to Ghana should be deported or not. The former minister had earlier asked the court for a private hearing, which was granted. We thank the name of the resurrected Lord. Ofori-Atta is gone home and he will reappear in court on Monday, 27th April, very far away from here. Okay, that's news coming in. Honorable Minister, how's the campaign?
It's going well, very, very well.
It's going well?
Extremely
I always tell people that you are a superstar of the MPP because you have turned Bimbela into an MPP stronghold, because I covered Mohammed Chambers, and in those days it was unthinkable that that seat will ever come to MPP. And then came the by-election, and you have kept it.
That's true. You know,
is it your fourth term in Parliament?
It's about my sixth term in Parliament.
Sixth?
Yes.
Bimbela?
I've done 7 elections, and I've won 6 of them.
Oh, you lost one before
Yes,
you came to
yes,
Parliament?
2004.
Oh, you left Parliament and came back?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I did.
When Kufuor was being re-elected.
So what happened was, after the by-election, the next election, 2004, I didn't win.
Oh.
And then from 2009, or let's say the 2008...
So you won the 2008 one?
8 elections. I've stayed 5 straight elections. So that's 6 times.
For any MPP parliamentary candidate, winning elections in December 2024 means that there will not be a more difficult election to fight than that. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. But you can't tell. Ghana elections are very...
For MPP people, if you won in 2024, I don't think you will face a more difficult election.
I want to let you know that you can't predict anything in Ghana from what I've seen, the history of elections that I've seen. For people sometimes to have won by 30,000 difference and lose, all I can tell every politician is that just do your work and do it well. If you believe that it is a safe seat, or you believe that this is more difficult and it will be an easier election, you will be deceiving yourself. Just be with your people. If you want to win an election, do what the people want, represent the people well. You have a member of parliament, and let the people feel that this is the person who want to represent it. Otherwise, you end up deceiving yourself.
In spite of what the last election said.
Trust me.
And there's something you have to continue doing throughout the tenure.
As long as you have the intention to run an election, you must always make sure that you're on top of your game, you do what the people want, and then you'll be voted. Otherwise, you'll be voted out.
You were Minister for Defense, and it was a credible one, no big story, and the military people seem to like you. The airport was part of those institutions under your control. They are asking us that we should change the name from the military Kotoka to Kwame Nkrumah. Do you have a view on this?
So first of all, I think that if there will be a change of name, if Ghanaians decide today, if the majority of Ghanaians decide today there should be a change of name, and I believe there should be a conversation about it, whether we should keep Kotoka because of the military, not just military, not more military, but because of the coup d'etat background of whatever has happened. I think I will support those who will say that we should revert to the original name, which was Accra International Airport, or we should go to the owners of the land and let's go out there and get an indigenous who has helped the Ghana people, who has been very instrumental in Ghana, and then put one of them. Why do I say that? All the airports in Ghana, from the one in Ho to Accra to Tamale, not Accra, to Kumasi, to Tamale, to Takoradi, it is either named after the name of the town.
So like, Ho Airport?
Like Ho Airport.
But
Tamale,
Kumasi is Prempeh.
Yes, so it's named after an indigene there. Until lately, Tamale was named after an indigene of the area, you know, right, the Great Olona. And Kumasi is named after one of the greatest kings of the Ashanti. Takoradi is named after the town. And so I don't have a problem if today we decide to name it after one of the Ghana statesmen or Accra. I don't have a problem at all about it.
But you don't like the Nkrumah?
I don't think that we should name it after Kwame Nkrumah. There are too many monuments that have been named after him. We have honored him, even a holiday on his birthday, so many things. I don't think that it's about him as an individual. This is about Ghana.
But why Dr. Bawumia again?
So first of all, let me confess that I did support Dr. Bawumia in the last election because I'd worked with him for all these years, and I felt that this man was the best amongst those at the time who put themselves forward. He was simply the best. In 8 years as a vice president, he had distinguished himself. You know, he had put in from the manifesto committee to the time that we're in government. He's been very instrumental in a lot of the changes that today we see in Ghana. Ideas that have changed your life and my life. Brilliant ideas. Things that people even thought were very difficult. He has changed them. I'll give you an example. Before President Mahama left, the ability to communicate with one another in terms of the interoperability of the mobile network, the contract that was awarded at that time was $1.4 billion. That was a contract that was awarded. Bawumia cancelled that contract. We were very lucky that that contract could be cancelled. Not Bawumia who cancelled it. The state cancelled it. And Bawumia was very instrumental in re-awarding that contract at $4.5 million Ghana dollars from $1.4 billion
of dollars.
Dollars.
$billion.
$billion dollars.
Is there a contract in Ghana? $1 billion.
Yeah. No, $1.2 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
To achieve what?
To do the same thing that Baumia used $4.5 billion. Same thing.
That's unbelievable.
Take it from me, same thing. And so the man has saved us a lot. Several ideas that we have. So I felt that he was very competent, he was likable, he was somebody who we could use to win the elections. And so I supported him. Today.
Hold it a minute. They say your mic is challenged, so they are coming to change your microphone so he can start again. So viewers, you are still on Good Evening Ghana. It's a very late show. Sorry about staying late. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Frimpong Boateng. But Anziba has messages to read. And Anziba, let's hear you.
It's likely that Dr. Bawumia would win the election. Daniel O. Summer says, Kennedy is coming to sanitize the political landscape of this country. Hayaga says, win with Dr. Bawumia, Mwanzong says, all that we need is Dr. Bawumia. We need him to win with a very large difference. And lastly, from Charles Osei, Bawumia is the best option for the NPP. Thank you very much, Paul. Over to you.
Yes, we were telling us how Dr. Bawumia saved the country more than $1.2 billion.
I was just saying that he was very instrumental in ensuring that a lot of the projects that Akufo-Addo, a lot of the projects and programs that Akufo-Addo put in place, he was really very instrumental in ensuring that those projects were done. He brought most of them to the fore, including Go for Oil, including all the things of there, 33 of them. I was very impressed. I sat in cabinet with him and I realized that this was a brilliant mind that we couldn't miss to be president of the Republic of Ghana. Whatever lies people said about him, I can tell you that he was very brilliant, very competent, and every person, including those who are contesting today, have all testified, that have all said and testified to the fact that Bawumia is the best.
How did they say it?
All of them.
When did they say it?
Kennedy has said it before.
What did he say? How did he say? What did
He
say?
said that, I remember 2 or 3 times, he said that Bawumia, the very thing I've even just told you about 1.2 billion, Kennedy said before, he said Bawumia is the best. He said it several times, on several occasions, that Bawumia is the best. That was just the last time, in 2020. He said it, he defended Bawumia and said he is the best. And I'm saying to you that after looking at all the people on the parade, I felt that Bawumia was the best. He was the best choice for us. He's the president that can make a change. He's the president that can create jobs. He's the president that can inspire the young people in Ghana. Because we need transformational leaders. And I felt that I still feel he was one of them. Or he's still one of them. Now, for now, why am I still choosing Bawumia? Look, nobody amongst the 5 have made any compelling case for me to change my mind that we should change Bawumia.
The results, as in the results of the election?
Not at all. I'll come to that.
Okay.
Bawumia is still the best among the 5 that we have. That's the first thing. He's still the most creative amongst them. He's still the most inspiring amongst them. He's still the most, in terms of the ability to generate ideas, in terms of dexterity, in terms of the being humble and known to the people of Ghana, is still the best. Now, we don't have the time that some people think we have to market a new candidate. We don't simply have that time. Paul, we don't. 2 years.
3.
Essentially 2 years.
No, 3.
Trust me, it's essentially 2 years. We don't have the time to market a new candidate.
We're in January 26.
I know that.
2 years is January 28.
I know that.
And then comes 11 months.
I know that. The reason why we are picking our candidate is to ensure that we have 2 full years ahead of the NDC to market our candidate. That's why I keep using that. And I'm saying that we don't have enough time to market our candidate. That's the first thing I want you to know. When we have already marketed one, we've marketed Bawumia enough in all the chronics of Ghana, the communities, the villages, the lorry parks, the markets, the churches, the mosques, the religious places. We've marketed Bawumia enough. There is no home in Ghana who does not know who Bawumia is. Everybody knows. We've all agreed that Bawumia is competent. Everybody has agreed, including his opponents. They've all agreed that, yes, this man is competent. This man is humble. This man is respectful. This man can be a president of Ghana. This is a man that when you go abroad, you see him talk and speak after he's been invited, you are proud to say, this is my president. We've all agreed on that. So why do we have to make a change? That's the first thing. The second thing is that MPP and Ghanaians have shown clearly that first-time candidates normally don't win an election. 2012, we all know that we in MPP still don't agree that we lost that election. So you cannot say Mahama won that election. President Kufuor came the first time, he didn't win. We repeated him. The second time, he won. Nis came the first time, he didn't win. The NDC repeated him the second time, he didn't win. They had to repeat him a third time before he won. Then we brought President Akufo-Addo. First time, he didn't win. We had to repeat him a second time, he didn't win. We repeated him a third time before he won. Clearly. Why is it that we think about Bawumia that he will not get a second chance? Why?
Hasn't the generations changed? If you look at the demographics that elected in 2024, the electoral roll in 2024, you look at the demographics, the youngest that we've ever had. Social media was not part of our political conversations before. Our first social media election was 2016. By 2024's election, there's a big social media. Things change fast. The world is fast. The established protocols are being broken. New epochs are being carved out. It's not the same old story. Bring a candidate one, bring him two, bring him three. It's not that story anymore. It is this guy can deliver the bullet. Let's go get it done. The youth are impatient. So all of those historical narratives that are very beautiful say, oh, let's present him again. Don't you think that we're in a completely different era?
I do agree, but that's the more reason why we must keep him. Because the fear of the social media should let you keep your old candidate. If we elect a new candidate, do you know what our opponents are going to pull out about that person? How are you going to defend
what do they have about Kwabena Japan?
I say to you that nobody thought that anybody had anything about Bawumia. Clean man, clean family man, coming from a very respected family. He's very respectful. He bows to everybody. He greets everybody. He's so respectful. But look at the sort of, let me use the word, untruths that they said about him. I will use the word lies.
And people believed it.
And people believed it. Naked untruths.
He owns Aptel.
He owns, for example, this Aptel thing, that he owns Aptel. And when they knew for a fact that he had nothing to do with it.
They didn't know. They just believed the propaganda.
No, but I'm
on
saying
the social
that,
media.
So I'm saying to you that we don't have the energy, the time, the resources to be able to market a new candidate because your opponent are not going to allow you to have briefing space. They'll go after you. They'll use social media.
Yeah, but they can create new ones against Dr. Bawumia.
It's going to be
it's
very
still
difficult.
social media. They can create new ones.
You know why? When you keep creating lies about somebody or untruths about somebody, people don't buy it any longer. President Mahama. Remember, he's gone 3 times. By the 3rd time, people were not believing whatever we were saying about him. People just decided that we needed a change. And they decided to vote for him. So I'm saying to you that the best chance for the NPP for 2028 is to repeat the old candidate.
If it doesn't win.
And I'm saying to you that we repeated, NDC repeated Mills how many times?
3.
They repeated Mahama how many times?
3. 2.
How many? 3 times.
16, 20, 24. 3.
How many times did we repeat Akufo-Addo?
3.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. Has the era not changed?
I am just saying to you
that era not changed?
It is not wise for the MPP.
Is the youth not knocking at the doors for a new thing?
And I'm saying to you that the youth have never told any political party that bring a new candidate. There is no research anywhere that has said bring a new candidate. It is never. I am saying to you that the person they know and adore, and if you check all the research, constantly has pointed to the fact that the youth love Dr. Bawumia more than anybody. Matching Mahama and Bawumia, it was clear in the last research from whoever, including researchers that we thought that were not from people who were very friendly to us, like Musa Dankwa. They all said President Mahama was lacking behind Bawumia in terms of youth appeal. And so the man clearly is loved by the youth.
But the youth didn't vote for him.
Have you looked at the results to think that the youth didn't vote for him? Who told you that?
If the youth voted for him, he would never have ended up 41% because the demographics of those who voted are 70% youth. So if the youth votes for you, you won the election. So the youth voted John Mahama,
no,
actually.
The youth didn't vote Mahama.
Really?
No. What happened was that our supporters stayed away. There's a difference between...
Well. But that also has been blamed on Dr. Bawumia.
No, I'm saying that our supporters stayed away.
Yeah, the staying away has been blamed on Dr. Bawumia.
But that's mischief.
Why?
Because There's no empirical evidence to show that it is him.
He was on the ballot.
I'm coming. There's every empirical evidence to show that there are several factors that contributed. So the Makokwe committee came and pointed to about 8 to 10 factors. None of them pointed to Dr. Bawumia.
Have you seen the Makokwe committee?
I have not seen it physically.
Who told you that?
But we remember that I'm a member of the National Council. And the National Council, when we went there, the General Secretary made mention of the issues that the Makokwe committee raised. And when we went on the thank you tour, for example, my good friend Professor, but if he had taken his time to either listen to the thank you tour or, for example, accompany us on the thank you tour to thank the people, even though we lost, he would have realized that the General Secretary accompanied the presidential candidate and at every point listed to the party people what caused our defeat. At every community that we went.
And of those factors, Muhammadu Bawumia was not one of those.
No, he never. At no point did they say that it was because of Muhammadu Bawumia. In fact, in many places, if Muhammadu Bawumia had not contested, we may have had lower votes.
But how do you have an election and a report from the election that doesn't say anything about the presidential candidate? He is the key guy on the ballot. Win or lose is him. So he wins some places, he loses some places. If you have a report that says nothing about the presidential candidate, I cannot agree with that report.
Did I say that nothing was said about him?
No, he said the 9 factors that caused the defeat. If there is a defeat, surely the presidential candidate must be part of it.
I've just said to you that the report talked about the presidential candidate, the report talked about the former president, the party, the candidates like me, the MPs, and several other factors. But I didn't say to you or that it pointed to him. Because the question you asked me whether it was the fault of Dr. Bawumia. And I said, yes, the report talked about him. Talked about the type of campaign, the things that were done, and what was supposed to be done, what was not supposed to be done. But the report did not conclude that it was the fault of Dr. Bawumia. That's all the
So the report didn't say that it was not about the suitability of our candidate.
At all.
That the candidate was okay.
At all.
There were other factors.
Exactly.
That weighed against the candidate.
That weighed against the entire party and the candidate. And not just the Bawumia, the parliamentary candidates as well. Because the report concluded that our supporters largely stayed away because they were not happy with the system. They largely stayed away.
So you're saying that if all things were equal, if the supporters of MPP had voted as they did in 2020, Bawumia would have won the election.
He would have won the elections.
So there was a possibility that MPP could have won the election.
I am saying that if our supporters had come out to vote, they would have won the election. And let me give you the scenario. If anybody, the way the NDC ran the campaign, the way NDC self portrayed themselves, and what they said about the NPP, from all the allegations of corruption, all the things, and we are going to fight, we are going to kill each other, we are going to do this, we are going to destroy this country, all the things they said. If there is anybody who stayed away from voting, that person didn't like John Mahama. Neither did that person like the NDC. Otherwise, that person would have, whatever the case, the person would have voted and voted for John Mahama and the NDC candidates. For somebody to just stay away, that person is an MPP, but didn't like to vote the MPP because he wasn't happy with the MPP.
Oh, I get the point you're saying. I get the point. The point you're making is that from what the campaign did, there's no one who likes John Mahama who stay home.
At all.
They all came out.
And John Mahama's votes did not increase more than 200,000 from 2020.
Nearly 300 though. They're 200 something.
Good. So I'm just saying that his votes, in terms of the from 2020 to 2024, 1.9 million new voters were added to the roll. If you get a 300,000 or 250,000 increase, it's very marginal.
I get that point as well.
It's very marginal.
But if you look at the number that was added to the electoral roll coming from the last election, and you have added 200 out of the 1.9.
It's very marginal. And I'm saying to you that anybody who really felt aggrieved and who wanted a change, who was determined that we needed a change and want to vote the NDC, would never have
under any circumstance. They would turn out and
vote.
They
would turn out and vote.
So that's the group that voted.
And I'm saying that they decided to stay away. The group that voted is the NDC's base and what the NDC would have gotten. If our supporters, for some reason, decided that we're going to vote, they would have voted for us and would have won the elections. In fact, if Bawumia got Akufo-Addo's votes of 2020, Bawumia would have been president today.
So you are saying that the shot at the president is not that far?
At all, exactly.
Even though it looks very big.
What NDC and all of
the
us...
gap looks very big, though.
Extremely big. But it's because your supporters didn't vote. They stayed away. Akufo-Addo got 6.7 million votes in the last election. John Mahama got 6.3 million in these elections. If Bawumia got the 6.7 million votes that Akufo-Addo got in 2020, he would have been president
by a fast shot.
First round victory. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The point I'm saying to you is that it's for the MPP, which we have done anyway, identify why our supporters stayed away, and we did. Go out there and appease them. And it's one of the reasons why we decided that we should elect the presidential candidate early to make sure that we correct our mistakes and correct our wrongs. Otherwise, if you want to wait till 2027 and you have this infighting that we are seeing today, the party would have been destroyed.
Yeah.
And I'm very clear in my mind that it was a very wise decision.
It certainly was.
The party didn't do anything. The National Council just said, elect the presidential candidate by 31st of January. Every other election is going to go along the way the party is supposed to be. So from April, the party will do polling stations. June, the party will do constituency. And by August, the party will do regional and national. So by September, October, we are done with the party elections from the base to the top. So anybody thinking that we've turned it upside down, then either it doesn't follow what
so by the end of the year, the MPP team is lined up.
The MPP team is lined up. Except that the council decides that we are going to elect parliamentary candidates also next year or this year. If the party does not do that...
There's orphan and there's held.
I'm saying that, yes. If the party doesn't do that, then we will have every election except the parliamentary candidates. The point I'm just making to you is that our supporters out there who are aggrieved, it's for us to go out there and make sure that we bring them out this time to vote. If we can do that, we are good to go.
Isn't all these supporters who are talking about how they want change and all the things we see on social media that truck drivers want a certain candidate, this one want that, and they don't want Dr. Bawumia, etc., etc.?
It's not a true story.
It's not true, right?
It's not a true story. Take it from me. It's not a true story. It's very clear that the party, from the top to the bottom, from the party people to the coordinators, I've gone around virtually the whole country and I've campaigned and I've seen the real, especially in the north, from the executives to the coordinators to the police station executives to the council of elders to virtually everybody who matter in the party and outside the party. They are listening to the voters on the ground. So the voters, all these party people don't make a choice out of nothing. They listen to their communities, what people say, and they say, hey, this is the person we are looking for. And it's very clear, whether it's in the north, it's in Ashanti, it's Greater Accra, it's Western region, Central region a bit. They are all rooting for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And he will win very comfortably in the coming election. There's no doubt about it.
Will he win better than he won the last time? 60%?
He will win better than
so to be more than 60%?
He will win better.
That's your clear prediction?
Yes, that's my clear prediction.
Who's going to come second?
The election for me is a clear shot between Dr. Bawumia and Kennedy. I won't lie about that. He will come second, but he will come a distant second.
Who will come third?
Brian will come third.
And
the rest,
Kwabena Japan will make
I
up
don't
the rear.
know. Between Kwabena Japan and this, I don't know. But they will come in that order.
So it's going to be Dr. Bawumia, Kennedy, and Brian.
Yes. I just hope that after the elections, everybody understand. Look, the fairest election, in terms of free and fair election, was the last primaries in 2023.
Why do you say that?
You see, the electoral commission organized the election in such a fair manner that I've never seen some before. It's not like the normal election in those days. You go and put people in a room, and then you try to manipulate people. Let me take my polling booth in Bimbla Secondary School. It was an open ground, completely. The secondary school part, open ground. The electoral commission put the ballot boxes there. Anybody who wanted to vote will come and vote and go. And at the end, we counted the ballot boxes, and Dr. Bawumia won. He got 83.5%. Kennedy got 30-something%. It's as simple as that. And it was across the whole country like that. So for anybody to say that somebody either bribed somebody or somebody forced somebody, then the person was not following the MPP completely.
Well, what you are describing is the voting process. The bribery happens before that.
But unfortunately, if I give you money, in the first place, if I give you money, I don't follow you to the booth, especially when it's an open place. That's the first thing I want you to know. Secondly, how are you going to bribe 230,000 voters?
You give each of them 50 cedis.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Look, There are polling station executives who come 60 kilometers to come and vote in my constituency. I'm talking of 60 kilometers.
That's a long one.
Oh, yes. If you are coming from Sasam and go to Bimbla, it's about 60 kilometers. If you are coming from Bakwaba, it's 56 kilometers. If you are coming from Sabunjira, it's about 54 kilometers. From Sabunjira to Bimbla, it's 54 kilometers. If you are coming Kokuleni at the riverside through Gambogo, it's about 32 plus about.
But why are they coming 20? To Bimbla to vote?
Because that's the center. Everybody comes to the center to vote. The center was one polling station, so you all have to come to the center, which is in Bimbla Secondary School Park, to vote. So you couldn't have cheated anybody. You had no influence. Electoral Commission had taken over. The police had demarcated. Bimbla, it has a wall. The police would not allow unauthorized people to go there. You could not do anything. There's no way that you could cheat. And everybody is holding his camera. You can't talk to anybody. People were allowed to vote. I asked you a simple question. How are you going to bribe 230,000 people? With how much?
So you disagree with Professor Frimpong
Boateng? He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The election about me was organic and it was
listen,
real.
My brother, I feel sad because these are very senior people. He's my friend. He's like a father figure to me. He's my friend. I lost my father about almost 30 years ago. All right? 30 years ago. So when I see people of his age, 70 and above, I feel that they are like my... I feel when we are going to leave a party that is united, that people that we are running down. What are we doing to our kids? What are we doing to our grandkids? We are making the party unpopular. We are making the party unattractive to the people. Because if you don't have the facts, don't say them. The truth of the matter is that there was nothing like that. So if you go out there and make it look as if they bribe some people, they coerce some people, it's not a true thing. Then we're not following the party. We're not following campaign.
Do you think the party should be sacking him? Do you like the letter?
I think that decision will be taken by what the General Secretary did, which I disagree with what he said. The party has never said, the General Secretary has not said he has sacked him. No. He wrote a letter and said he has referred him to start the process of expelling him. It's not even the decision of the General Secretary to say, I'm going to sack or not sack. The National Executive Committee, more than 50 people, we are going to discuss it. I'm a member. We are going to discuss it, and then we'll look at the merits and demerits of the case and make a decision on each and everybody. It's as simple as that. Remember, MPP suspended his General Secretary and National Chairman before, when we had to. So nobody is bigger than the party. Take it from me. Nobody in MPP is bigger than the party. We had to do that. And we won an election by almost 1.2 million votes. So I can tell you that it is the duty of everybody by our own constitution to be a good member in good standing. I was very sure when he said he didn't vote. But if he didn't vote, who else is going to vote? A former minister who will not vote? I'm going outside. He said, I'm sure he's outside listening to me. If you're a former minister, you don't vote. Who else do you expect to vote? So that your party will win? Who else can vote? I was very shocked. If you, a former minister, all right?
You stayed at home.
We were just
one of the 2.2 million.
I'm saying that we are about 36 ministers, right, including him, right? 36 ministers. Then we're there. We rose to about 46, but later we were about 36 ministers, and we were all lucky to be among the 36 ministers out of the 32 or 33 million Ghanaians who were given this unique opportunity by the president. And because I am so angry with somebody or the national executive, as he wants to say, I will not go and vote. Come on.
Shed your civic responsibility.
That is very, very below. That's below the belt. Do you know the number of people who were here? They say, boy, in my place, his hand is cut off like this. You know the reason why he was going to vote for the party? And we used a car to pick him. And he put his hand outside and a tree branch cut off his hand. How would that boy feel when he's told that me, a former minister, refused to go and vote because I'm angry? The people who lost their lives in trying to go and either campaign or vote for this party, how would they feel if tomorrow I'm told that me, a former minister, privileged enough out of 33 million Ghanaians that I was giving defense minister, I say I'm so angry with the party that I will not vote, or I'll talk publicly down on the party? How will people feel? How will such people feel? Do you know the people who lost their lives, who lost their jobs? Look at the young men after the NDC war who lost all their jobs. Do you know the number of young people? Listen, people were recruited some 1 year, some 8 years, they lost their jobs simply because NPP lost. They lost their livelihood simply because NPP lost the elections. Because me, a former minister, decided, or he from Pombati decided that I'm not going to vote because I'm angry with former executives. I also remember him say, he didn't say it here, that he doesn't know the general secretary. I heard him on another platform say he doesn't know the general secretary. That's very unfortunate. Because if you say you don't know Kodia, and you, a very senior member of the party, you don't know your own general secretary, you have never interacted with him, it's very unfortunate. But I'll leave that. It's not for me to come and run him down. I will never do that. I respect him enough. I respect everybody enough. I won't run him down. But I just think that if I were him, I'll stop all the interviews now and let's all come together and unite. Because Bawumia is going to be the candidate. So
sure about that?
He'll be the candidate. If you run Bawumia down today, and all of them know, including him, he knows Bawumia will be the candidate. If you run Bawumia down, the only thing you are giving is some bite to the NDC to use it against us in 2028. Nothing more, nothing less. Because you know he's going to be the candidate. It's clear, unless you are not on the ground. If you are on the ground, it's very clear that Bawumia is going to be the candidate. He's going to win. So why are you running him down? And I can give you an example. We picked Intel. I'm one of the intelligence people within the party. We picked Intel that between now and the day of elections, so many people will try to run Bawumia down. He may not be the first. I saw my good friend Kennedy Japan do it yesterday. Other people are going to do that. They will try to run Bawumia down, say things that are not true. They are giving only some bites to the NDC. It has nothing to do with Bawumia. They are trying to make the work of the MPP as difficult as they can before 2028 elections, because that's exactly the same modus operandi that was done in 2024, and we lost the elections. Annoying our base, annoying Ghanaians, tell us against Dr. Bawumia, tell us against the party. I've always been telling the NDC, how many ministers have they arrested since they came to power? How many ministers? All the lies they told about ministers. All the lies that they told about the ministers, how many of them have they arrested and charged to court and successfully prosecuted them? It's as if everybody in the NPP was a thief. That's the picture they painted. How many of them have they arrested? So I'm very clear in my mind that Ghanaians will not buy into this kind of propaganda any longer. No. Nobody will buy this kind of into the. It was politicking as usual. Some judge came with LGBTQ. Today we are seeing what is going on. Everything they said, including presidential jet, they're not going to buy. We have the best presidential jet. Today, they've ordered the presidential jet. Everything that they went against the NPP and lied at us, the first year they are doing all of it, thinking the Ghanaians will forget. Because I've been told that Ghanaians have a short memory by the current president. Not going to happen. Ghanaians will no more have short memory. All the point I'm telling you that Bawumia is the best shot for us. He's the person that we have marketed. We need to repeat him because everybody else had his chance. We should have to be fair to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The man is simply brilliant. The man is simply affable. The man is simply on the ground. The man is very respectful. The man is a peacemaker. His Ghanaians are comparing him, not comparing him. They say that this man is behaving like the way Mills did. How many presidential candidates, knowing that I've lost election, were bold enough to say, I've lost an election and congratulate President Mahama? In 2012, never congratulated Akufo-Addo up to today.
Was it not 2020?
2020, up to today, has never congratulated Akufo-Addo. But Bawumia called him even before Electoral Commission declared to say, I've lost the election to you, my big brother. I will try the next time. And inshallah, by the grace of the Almighty, he will be president of the Republic.
Very interesting, but it's midnight now. I have to leave the interview here, Honorable Dominic Lindsay. Thank you very much for your time. It's been very great talking to you.
Paul, we've got to make this conversation again.
Yes, we should. Good luck to your favorite candidate.
Thank you.
And that's it for Good Evening Ghana. Sorry for keeping you till now. Good night.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Has Christianity always been one of the religions in the world to you?
No, 1,000 times no. Jesus the Christ did not come to start a new religion, but to impart the life of God to humans, to regenerate them into sons of